Hello and welcome back to another episode of Podcast 572. As always, I'm your host, Kyle, joined by my friends Dan and Matt. Since the last time we recorded, and I heard all about Mind's Eye, I went and platinumed Mind's Eye in about...
Doesn't take long.
I think it was 2 sessions.
Yeah, you just play through the game. It's pretty much it.
Yeah, like I didn't look up a single thing, like guide-wise, or I just played the game. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing really missable. So, kind of love Mind's Eye.
Right?
But I love it, but I understand, I'm sure when the game came out, we saw those bugs and everything, that it was a mess. But it seems like they fixed that stuff.
Yeah. Did you run into anything?
I didn't run into anything that I was like, oh, that's weird. The only things are like what you're talking about. Like, I think the first thing that I did in the game that made me laugh really hard was when you first get to that facility.
Right.
And you're walking around with the extremely bitchy boss lady.
Right.
Like, she's extremely bitchy to you the entire fucking game until the very end.
She warms up a little bit at the end. A little bit for the most part. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous. But you get to that facility and she has you drive that cart thing.
The little, and I was like, yeah, a little dune buggy thing,
like around way too fast,
right?
For what
being
it is.
Inside a building, yeah.
I was just like, okay, I expected to go super slow, and I just hauled ass through that area, and that made me laugh. I'm like, all right, I know what I'm getting into. Doesn't that game
basically have 2 speeds, either stopped or full speed?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. The only other part of the game that I thought was ridiculous is. And it's early in the game. I mean, there's a lot of ridiculous parts, but it's in terms of the environment and what's going on. There's a part earlier in the game where you have to go to a trailer park.
Yeah.
And there's this absurd windstorm going on and sandstorm, whatever.
I think that's the only time that happens in the game too.
And there are people just sitting outside of their trailers smoking.
And you have to sneak around.
And it's and you have to sneak around, but this insane windstorm's going on, shit's flying everywhere, and they're just outside puffing.
But then it turns into an explosion and a firefight to get out.
Yes, it does.
It's just that game. It just is always over the top. Every possible scenario.
I think my favorite, and there are a lot of plot holes or a lot of things that just never go back to, and you're just
never talk about
my favorite one because I heard you describe it the last time we were on, but seeing it play out was even more ridiculous to me. Is the secretary lady taking you out in the middle of that thing to dig a grave? I have no idea why this woman's pissed at me, and they never go back to it. It's just because
the only reason conceivably she's pissed is because I found out that she was bad.
I guess.
But at that point, she didn't have a reason to come back, and then she does come back.
Okay.
And makes you dig your own grave, and then she gets shot and she leaves, and that's it. Yeah. She's just gone.
Weird.
Well, I don't know if this is a glitch in my game or this is just how that sequence goes, but after she leaves, you're supposed to get that rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cannot run, you cannot change weapons once you have the ability to get more, and you're just stuck. At least in my game, I was just stuck walking slowly.
Oh, I don't think that happened to me, but I don't remember.
But I had to walk up that mountain hill thing.
Yeah, you have to work your way back up the hill to get
it was just
another dude's contact lens.
Yeah, because then you download that.
Right, yeah, it just uploads immediately. Just an insane system of how this game works.
And then, of course, there is, and I agree with you. It's there were probably 6 different scripts for this game, and somebody said, fuck it, we'll mash them all together. And there's so many different plot threads going in different directions. You have everything that's going on with it's not a lie to say the Elon Musk character, that's what that guy is.
Yeah, for sure.
Through and through.
But again,
exactly.
He wants to launch that rocket, but we never find out why. We just do it. And then when we do it,
they clap and they cheer when
never
it's done.
Talk about it again.
No, it's over.
It has no bearing on anything else that's done other than, I guess, teaching you that you're going to have to do this again in a couple hours. Remember? You like that? Yeah, but because you have to launch the satellite to track the guy.
Of that.
Oh,
you had to make it it's terrible.
There's so many I didn't mention it too much last time, but there's so many little mini games that pop up that are only ever used one time. You have to, when you dig the grave, you have to dig the grave.
There was one early in the game where you have to do CPR on somebody.
Yeah.
But I did not get the prompt to explain to me how to play that mini game. So it came up, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. That guy just died. And I
have to do that
because I'm like, I guess this is what you do. And
you have to fly the bee drone.
Yeah.
You have to dig your own grave. You have to align the satellite. I feel like I'm missing another one, but it's just
I don't think we're doing it justice. Like when you dig your own grave, it's like a graph comes up.
It's like a sine wave, and you have to follow the wave. You have to use the
thumbsticks to follow the wave to dig the grave. Like it's really weird.
I guess I in hindsight, I wish I would have failed it to see if she just like shoots you in the head or something.
I don't know. The only one I failed was the first one, which was the CPR, and the guy died, and it was like, you failed. It's like, okay, that's the only time I died.
Is that the only?
This is the only time I died in the entire game, and it was
and mine was when I was headed. Remember, we have to like lead that guy out of that place, and it said I left him behind, but I turned around and he was standing right there. So I don't know what the game thought happened to him. But did you like the mayor plot line where it just stops?
That whole plot line just stops.
She gets shot. They say later like she's fine, and they never talk about her.
They never go back to it.
Nope. It's just it's so. And then the other mini game, the Indiana Jones crystal puzzle. Out of nowhere, I've got to move these crystals around to light up these light beams. Like, what is happening?
I fumbled through it, but it wasn't like hard.
It wasn't hard, but it's just another case of this is something completely different that the game asks you to do.
Anything I've done, and this is at like hour 9 of the game or whatever. You're like at the end.
Yeah, that's literally about an hour before the end of the game. Yeah.
Before the game's over, yeah.
And then you drive through the military industrial complex underground for forever.
How about that absurd gun you get at the end of the game? That's just like an energy blast.
That plus when you unlock the drone's like sun laser.
Yeah, that is crazy. Absurd too.
You just every time it's up, you just use it because it'll kill something.
I assume powers from the aliens in the game.
Because again, I still don't know what the plot is. Like, what triggered the aliens?
Well, in the end of the game is literally you tackle that dude into that portal and it's over.
It's over.
It just the portal shuts or whatever.
That maybe you control the robot now.
Yeah,
but I killed all the robots. So what? They're all broken. It's not like they're still together. No one's going to make more robots at this place.
At the same time,
the place exploded.
I enjoyed every minute of it.
It's so good. You know what? It's like I told you last time. Like, it doesn't play terrible.
No, not at all.
No, compared to other stuff I've played, it's fine.
I will say I never had the glitch you had so that must have been a glitch in your game where it stopped letting you skip driving sections. That never happened for me.
You got to keep doing
I got
it later?
to skip everything.
Oh, that sucks.
So that
I had to drive
game.
everywhere.
No.
It never worked again after like maybe a third of the game. I had to drive everywhere. Like every time it would be like you have to drive from one side of the map to the other. I had to do the whole thing.
I can see that being bad.
That sucks. Well, I told you because that's where I ran into these car problems where they shoot your car so much it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop it. Like there's not a way around it. You can't take a different path to where you're going. There's only one way to go the way you want to go. And it's not like your car's not invincible.
Well, then there's also the girl that's like you save her. You don't even really save her, I guess, kind of. And then all of a sudden it's like, I guess you have some sort of romantic interest in her.
Hacker chick? Yeah.
Yeah. And then she just, gets tackled off that thing.
Like, and I'm not wrong, right? It really feels like in-game time is like is less than a week.
It feels like less than a week, yeah.
Right? It feels like it's like been like 5 days.
You never sleep.
He never sleeps. He never eats. The game never stops. It never it never even takes like a cinematic break.
No,
where it's like 3 days later.
It just keeps going.
It's just and then how about your best friend who he's there in the beginning, then disappears for like almost all of the game. Comes back one time and then disappears again.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an oddly paced game, and it's really sad that A, we're never going to get whatever a sequel would have been, and B, you saw they canceled. Remember, we're supposed to have Hitman content. IO published it.
That's right.
But that's gone now.
Yeah.
So Mind's Eye is effectively dead.
Yeah.
Which
they won't do
is
anything else with it.
A huge bummer, just because it is such an interesting.
I know what a sequel would be.
Massive a game. I would have to imagine I'd be the robot, but it would have to take place like in the alien world too,
or something. Yeah,
maybe you could like cross back and forth. I don't know. Because they don't even explain the aliens that much.
No, they don't.
They make remember like they make like kind of like a thing at the end where they want to eat everyone.
Kind of, yeah.
That's kind of what they say, but it's never explained. And it's not even like one of them comes through the portal. They don't come through.
No, not at all.
It's just what a game.
What a game though. Like
I can't wait to play it either, guys.
Yeah, you should play it. So fucking dumb.
Yeah, like I said, it was like 2 afternoons. And
it is an Xbox 360 shooter made now.
I'd 100%
exactly
agree with
what
that.
It is.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. Like it totally feels like a game out of that era.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad thing. I actually think it'd be more fun if we had more games like this. But the problem with this game is they just put so much into it. And I really feel like now having finished it, and then with you having finished it, there's no way anybody knew what this game was before they started playing.
Oh, not at all.
Because they didn't explain it.
No.
They every time they would do like a preview thing of it, they made it sound like remember that we talked about like it's like GTA.
Yeah, they kept going like, oh,
they
it's
kept saying it's like Grand Theft Auto kind of thing. It's not even close.
No, not at all.
There's
I guess
no
because
freedom.
it has driving, but yeah, it's not.
There's no. Yeah,
you can't just take your car and drive around. Like the minute you start driving off the beaten path, somebody will be calling you saying, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, where are you going? Yeah, it'll constantly force you back onto the path. But
yeah,
there's no exploration. Even if there was, there's nothing to find. This is a game that has no collectibles, no challenges, no nothing. And every other game like this would have had a thing where it's like collect the 30 robot logs or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you gotta go up. Yeah, there's nothing like that because you're always going in a straight line.
I mean, I appreciate that the game respects your time. Like that's
in a way it does.
It's brisk. Like I said, it was literally 2 sessions, like 2 afternoon sessions, and I was done with it.
It's funny because it really feels like it wants to tell a story, but there is no story to tell.
There's a lot, and nothing is really explained. Mm-hmm. So it's a shame.
It's all open to interpretation, man. I would kill to see
that. Would be a great, E3 not E3 moment of like Mind's Eye 2.
What if that closed out the next Game Awards?
I would be thrilled.
One more thing.
I would be excited.
It's me, Jacob Diaz. I'm back from the alien dimension.
You know what the funny thing is? If you never told me that was that dude from Mafia,
you wouldn't have known it.
I would never put it together. But the minute you said that, I could then immediately
you can hear it. Yeah, and you can see it too. Once you know, you can see him.
Never would have put that together.
I don't even know what prompted me to figure that out. I think it got to a point like halfway through the game where like, man, this guy is familiar somehow. Mm-hmm. And then I looked it up and went, oh, of course. And you know what's funny is when you realize that, Mind's Eye is kind of the same game as Mafia 3 in a way.
Kind of in a way.
Yeah. In a way.
I can agree with that.
Empty, boring city. No reason to do anything other than the story. The story has interesting moments, but otherwise is a mess.
It's a gigantic mess. The game is very cinematic, though.
It tries really hard.
They were really going for something.
To be like a movie and like, the acting isn't terrible, but it's very much like video game acting.
Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if they even knew what the hell they were putting their voices in.
You think that guy was reading that script and understanding what was going on?
I don't know.
I don't think he was.
Did you like your buddy, the robot fan guy who worked there, who always wanted to touch your neck? Oh. And then my parents died in a car crash. It's like, okay,
well, then there's the guy making the sex robot. There's
sex robot guy. Remember, nobody knew what happened to him.
Here's another part of the game I didn't understand. So the sex robot guy and the Elon Musk character at some point get back into the same like area and the same like underground bunker. And there's a point in the game where you have to go back, and those 2 dudes are trapped in this like glass container.
Like half naked.
Half naked. I'm like, what was going on here? Like,
yeah, did the robots make them strip down and then they locked themselves in that
explained. They never say anything about it.
Because that doesn't make any sense, because if that's what happened, is going on? Why is the robot trying to break into it with the sex robot?
That was another part of it. I don't know what the fuck was happening. It's just like these dudes need help, but they're like half naked in this glass enclosure.
You look at I tried to make that guy, the weird guy, have a character trait where he just loved coffee, and everybody would talk about it all the time, but it never meant anything. Like,
it never went anywhere. Like, they never did anything with it.
Oh, I made some coffee. It's like, what the fuck? There are other important things happening right now. We don't need to be talking about making
It also feels
coffee.
like a script that was half finished too, like parts of it, and they were just like, well, we have a deadline, we got to get this done. So
it definitely feels like that kind of game too, where like they were like, we have this deadline. We the
have to get this
framework
out.
of this has to be done by now, and then it's got to ship, whatever.
That's what.
But even then, I remember when they were talking about it, it was in like development hell for a long time,
for a while.
wasn't it? Yeah, whatever.
I believe so.
Insane game.
What a game!
It's
worth its cheap price if you can find it for like 10, 15, 20 bucks.
Like Kill Switch for PS2,
kind of, yeah.
And you're talking about like Vanquish.
Vanquish is a good one. I was thinking of like Dark Void,
that Fracture game.
Yeah,
remember that game?
What was the other one? A Dark Sector.
That was the guy in the Glade.
The Glade, yeah.
First ever
like that era, just in 2026.
Yeah, it just felt like a mash of those kind of games. And
it does, and that's fine.
It's great.
Sometimes that's really enjoyable.
Sometimes you want something really fucking dumb, and to just be like, "This is who really did this? Dumb. How did you do this?"
It's really dumb.
Multiple people thought this was okay.
In doing that game, getting that done, I got into this kick of trying to pull some stuff off the shelf and at least try it and open it. And so I opened and I played about 2 hours of Stranger of Paradise.
Yep.
And I think the story of that game is really fucking bad and stupid.
It gets worse.
Like, it is like immediately that guy's there. His name is Jack, right? That's his name.
Jack
he says
Garland.
a generic name, Jack. I think all three of those dudes have generic names.
It's like
their backstories, I'm sure their backstories are mentioned throughout the game or whatever, but like he just wants to fight chaos. Like that's immediate. There's no build up to it. It's just immediately that.
Well,
but
here's the problem with that game and why it is like that is it was supposed to be a twist.
Okay.
However, when they revealed that his name was Jack Garland in the marketing, everybody kind of figured it out that he's, the bad guy's name in Final Fantasy 1 is Garland.
Yeah.
So when they realized they blew it, they flipped the marketing into how did he become him? And then that's kind of what the game is.
Well, and the other thing that's dumb too is like when you get to the castle or whatever with the king, and it's just like, well, there's supposed to be 4 of you warriors of light. There's only 3 and your crystals are black. And it's like, is this really where we're going with it? So you fuck off and find a 4th. It's like it's chick. I don't remember her name.
I forget her name too.
She has a black crystal too. And then you go back and immediately the king's just like, okay, there's 4 of you now. It's the warriors of light. It's like all their crystals are black, dude. I don't think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's about where I left off. It's a Souls game.
And it kind of is. It kind of leads you on that path for a while, and then it does slowly like fill in the blanks, and then there is like the twist that was supposed to be the twist, but they ruined, and then there's one more at the very end, which kind of ruins the whole thing.
Okay. I don't think it's very long.
No, it's because it is just kind of play through. It's really meant to be more. You kind of like play through it again and change your jobs, and it's all about like equipment. I mean, you've seen how much equipment you get. They just dump it on you.
Yeah,
it's about equipment and min-maxing and all that kind of stuff. Like the actual game itself is fine. It plays fine. The DLCs are kind of confusing. I need to finish those too, but yeah, the story basically loops on itself at the end. It explains what you saw in the beginning, but there's a reason why it does that, and that reason is really fucking stupid. So
I don't know. I was looking at my shelf. I was looking for things that are shorter as we inch to Resident Evil here, because while I am getting that Dragon Quest 7 game, I am not starting that game right now because it's like 120 hour minimum. So like I said, I played 2 hours of it. I will probably go back to it, but I bounced off of it pretty quick because I'm like, this is so stupid. And then the other game that was on the PlayStation that I've had for a while, and I think I dabbled this game a little bit on Steam because I think I had it on Steam at some point too, is that this game called Scars Above, which to me always looked like bargain bin Returnal. That's kind of what the game looks like on the outside. It isn't. It's very much more grounded. It does have like some of the Returnal things of like, it's not quite like Returnal. Like when you die, you start an entire run over again. It's different sections. So it's more like Dark Souls in the sense of like there are pillars. You get to the pillar, and then if you die, you return back to that pillar until you find another one, and so on. It's not bad. It's very much a bargain bit, like it very much like Mind's Eye. It's in that caliber of like okay bargain bin type game. So it's not bad. Also very easy to platinum from what I was looking at. So that would cover like PlayStation stuff. And then like I've played some more Comic Book Simulator. The funny thing is literally right after we recorded that game, they put out a new patch with some more story stuff that they added to the game. So I've kind of done some of that stuff. They added some new comics that you can buy for your shop. So I've kind of messed around with that. And then Friday, I didn't realize that the Front Mission 3 remake is out now. And so all three of them are on like somewhat of a Steam sale. I'm not going to pay $30 for Front Mission 3 remake. I'll wait till that's more appropriate. But Front Mission 1 and 2 remake, at least on Steam, were very cheap. So I bought both of them and I started playing Front Mission 1, which I've dabbled a little bit in Front Mission. More recently, when those games came out, they were not my cup of tea. As you know, I wasn't a tactical strategy grid person until Fire Emblem. So I played a little bit of that. Very good Steam Deck game. That's where I've been playing that. And then for whatever reason, I was looking through my Steam library and just looking to see like what's a good Steam Deck game that I have in my library, and decided to start just, I guess, slowly playing through the 2013 reboot of Devil May Cry, which I'm gonna say something very controversial. It's my favorite Devil May Cry.
Oh,
that's gonna trigger a lot of people. I really liked that game when it came out. I really enjoyed it, and I get why people don't like it because it's completely different. There's literally a scene in the beginning of that game, because you remember how he looks compared to the other Devil May Cries. Like he's got short hair and everything. There's literally a scene in the beginning of that game where like you're fighting this monster and a wig blows on your head of like his long gray hair. And he looks in a mirror. He's just like, man, I would never look like this. It just throws it away. Like it goes that far. So I'm sure that pissed people off at the time. But like, I don't know. I just always felt that game was really smooth. And I really enjoyed the story from what they were trying to do. It's a Team Ninja game. So I understand why. I don't think it sold very well. And then obviously they made a Devil May Cry 5, later on, and they kind of went back to what people know Devil May Cry is. But I always really liked that reboot, and I was sad to see that they weren't going to continue with it in that direction. So that pretty much covers what I've been playing. I've been messing around with that stuff on the Steam Deck. And I played a little bit of Arc Raiders, but I wouldn't say there's anything new to really say there. It's just been more of, play a couple rounds of it, try to get new equipment and stuff in the maps. It's still really, really enjoyable game. So we had another good session the other night in that game with some people we ran into that, again, I find like, because I know, Matt, you've had some interactions with people that have just shot you and killed you and everything. But like, I find that most of my interactions have been very pleasant. Like we've had people stop and give us stuff like, hey, man, I found this. Do you need this? And then they move on and tell you to have a good run. We had one the other day where we ran into some people. And at the very end, we all just rode the thing back to Speranza or whatever. Like there was no,
it's like
hostility. It's really weird. Yeah.
Runs where you can run into like 4 or 5 people and everybody wants to leave at the same time. And that's cool. And then you have like one run I did the other night that kind of pissed me off is I was shooting at an arc and some dude shot me from behind and he's like, and what made it bad is he's like, after he downed me, he's like, oh, buddy, go back to Speranza. And I was like, dog, like, what
are you doing?
I was like, all right. And I put my mic on. I said, I hope you end up in a PvP lobby. Because it's just like, man, I get it. Like, the whole point behind the game, though, is to kill Ark. And, like, if you really ain't trying to, I understand if someone shoots at you to shoot at them, but if ain't nobody bugging you, just don't bug them, man. Like, it really ain't needed. So, It's still though, even when you run into those small people who do kill you or knock you down, it doesn't really take you out of the game because I've had way more positive interactions in that game than I've had negative ones. So I'm not too concerned about it.
Well, it's the kind of thing too. If you have a really bad run, you might be done for the night. But I always feel like going back to the game the next day. So
yeah, exactly.
So, but it just continues to be a tremendous multiplayer experience. So, but that's it. That wraps it up for me. So, what about you, Dan?
I haven't really played anything new, but I have made significant progress in some of the other stuff. I'm really trying to clear stuff off of like my trophy list and just the system in general. So
yeah.
I guess we'll start with the hard hitter Borderlands 4 and the update. We finished the story. Story's trash. The final boss is a joke. Even
sounds
with,
like a Borderlands
even
game.
with like what I would consider, especially for reasons I'll get to in a minute, not good guns. It was kind of a cakewalk. Max level and all this kind of stuff. So we finished that, and then you get to, quote unquote, the post game where then you can. In the past, they had like badass rank. Now it's called specializations, where it's like another skill tree that goes on top of what you have. It had some interesting stuff, but again, we're at a point in the game where it's like, to what end? What am I supposed to use it for?
Yeah.
Against a raid boss, I might fight once just to see what it's like. There's not the thing about this game. It's a weird like derivation from past ones. There's no new game plus. It doesn't exist.
That's weird.
So what am I doing after? Why do I need any of this stuff? Also, every time I level up my specialization thing, it resets the fucking skill tree. So I have to go back in and redo it because this game's fucking broken. Stat tracking, of course, does not work because I'm in someone else's game. So we have to do 80 bounties, which is like a side thing you can do in this game. A guy hosting the game has 60. I have 55. The other guy has 57. How is that possible? We did them all together. It's not possible. So that's broken. I finished the tedious stuff like get certain amount of kills with this manufacturing, get second ones with this. That's done.
When was the last time the game had a patch?
Yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it updates constantly, but I can't tell you what it's doing.
Yeah.
It added a photo mode. Wow. Photo mode? That's great. Thank God. The game still crashes all the time. So, like, who the fuck gives a shit about photo mode in a game that looks like trash?
Yeah.
Considering this franchise has been around for 15 years.
Yeah. Why
does it still look? At some point, it's not an art style anymore. It's just garbage.
Yeah.
Right now, it's garbage. Like, fix it. There's a way to fix it. You don't. They don't fix anything. They had photo mode. One of the trophies is like to get legendary gear in every slot. So you need 9 pieces of gear. You need 4 weapons, a shield, this new thing called a rep kit, which is like a healing thing where you can basically shoot yourself with a syringe to heal.
Okay.
An enhancement, which is trash. An ordnance, which is either a grenade or like a heavy weapon, and a class mod. So none of us had a rep kit. So we looked up how do you get an orange rep kit, right? And we also needed a class mod for one person. And you can refight bosses in this game. You go to where you fought the boss, and there's a thing where you can pay money to fight the boss again. Money in this game is, if it was irrelevant before, it's non-existent now.
Okay.
It costs $40,000 to refight this one boss we had to fight over and over and over again. You know how much money I made per fight picking up crap? Over $1 million. Why does it cost money? Why even make it cost money if the very nature of doing the fight will pay for the fight 25 times over?
Yeah,
there's no point in making it cost any money. So, and if, it's funny too, because we started doing this boss thing, and I guess this is what the end game of Borderlands is supposed to be, right? Like refighting bosses to get the loot you want, to max out your character for some reason. I don't know what the reason is because there's nothing to do. So we went in and we fought this boss again, and to this boss's credit, it's the only one in the game that actually feels like it has unique mechanics and like not a puzzle to solve, but something you have to do the fight.
Sure.
While you're avoiding. So it actually felt like a boss fight. So we fought him a couple times. trying to get this drop. We're not getting the drop, but we're getting other orange weapons like this weird SMG and this weird shotgun. And we're comparing it and we're like, man, these are actually kind of good. We put these on. Oh, so after we each got a weapon, we go in and fight this guy. What used to take 4 cycles, we could do it in under 1. So now we're just cutting this dude down in under 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest and say this is probably the most fun I've had in this game, which is just rerunning a dumbass boss fight multiple times after the game's over. It probably should have been fun before this point, but it never was. And then, we go do this rep kit thing, which is basically like pay for it, jump in the tube, kill this guy. It takes under a minute with these guns we have. Finally get the rep kit, finally get that trophy that's done. So, like, I guess maybe this is what you're supposed to do to have fun, but it's for what reason? I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things we have left to do. Like we have to get the Ultimate Vault Hunter 5 mode, which is basically like do some challenges, kill a boss, up the difficulty. Do some challenges, kill a boss, up the difficulty. But with these new weapons, I don't think that'll be a big deal. A problem. And then originally you had to get every Vault Hunter to 50 because you have to unlock 10 vehicles in this game.
Okay.
And the only way to do it before was to get all of them to 50, which would be a nightmare. Because even restarting, you get to start it over at level 30. I can't imagine.
That sounds awful.
So, but the DLC, like the bounty pack DLC things they did, they give you a vehicle. So we just have to wait for the next 2 to come out and it'll be done. So I'm not even going to have the platinum like when we're done doing this stuff because I don't want to do this. I'll wait for that. But at least it's almost over.
What is the next thing after that?
For what, this game?
Well, no, I mean for like when Borderlands 3 is put to bed.
We are having a discussion, and it's either between Dying Light or your favorite game, Suicide Squad. So,
oh my god,
I don't know yet. I've played it. Like I said, I've played enough of Suicide Squad to play through the tutorial with each character and know that game sucks.
Yes.
And Dying Light, I remember playing it back in the day and thinking it was fine. But I do know that the platinum is a pain in the ass.
I was going to say, I'm sure the platinum probably sucks. And that game was added a ton of stuff.
I'm sure it's just play a lot.
Yeah.
But if I've done Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, I can do anything. And if I've done Gotham Knights, I can do Suicide
If you've done Borderlands 4.
Borderlands 4.
You can do anything.
Borderlands 4 is also a weird game because so many of the trophies require you to get so many kills or collect all of this or collect all of that. So in the beginning, you're really not getting any trophies at all. And then at the end, you kind of just get them all at the same time. But thank God it's almost done. And then the only other thing I've really committed to is finishing Dragon Quest 3.
Like getting the platinum.
Getting the platinum for that, which isn't too bad because it's really just beat the game, do the post game, collect everything. I will say there's 2 things I ran into where the post-game dungeon in that game can fuck off. It's crazy. Things hit you so incredibly hard that it kind of takes the fun out of it, and it would really just make me have to go level for hours to
so it doesn't require you to finish that to get the platinum?
It does, but you can turn it down, the difficulty down 1 notch to a mode where you can't die. So guess what I did? Because I'm done. I don't want to put another 30 hours into this to do it legit. I just don't.
Yeah.
It's so much. And then the only thing I have left is I have to collect all the mini medals. I have 109 out of 110, and I've read through a guide twice, and I can't figure out which one I'm missing. So now I got to do it again. And now I have to do the whole search thing again.
Just to find them.
Just to find the last one, wherever the fuck it is. But I wanted to get this out of here so that when Dragon Quest 1 and 2 go on sale eventually, I can buy that and do those, and then I'll buy 7 when it's on sale. Just because, and I don't want to play these in a row because it's too much.
It would be too much, and
understandable.
7 alone is
Dragon Quest 3 is a phenomenal game, incredible, old school RPG. Mm-hmm. But I can't play 3 and then 1 and 2.
Do those games have the speed up?
Oh yeah.
And so we at least have that stuff.
Mm-hmm. You can do all battles on ultra fast. You can run around the map faster. It's not that bad. And it does have a mode where it kind of the next place you need to go is here. The next place you need to go is here. Otherwise, you can turn that off and you can kind of figure it out yourself. You'd be wandering around forever at some points. because some of it doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's from that era of like NES RPG.
Follow a guide kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would not never, but there would be places where you would be incredibly lost unless you talked to every NPC and figured it out yourself. It can get difficult, but I started like that, and then I got to a point where like 20 hours in where I was like, man, I just want to do the next thing.
Just want to get through.
Yeah, I just want to play the game. So that's those. What's next for me? I kind of want to play Visions of Mana now once I clear these two out. Just as like another RPG. I still have Persona 5 Royal I got to do, but that's a different kind of RPG, so it's not that big of a deal.
It's different.
But yeah, man, like Borderlands 4 almost done.
Don't you have baseball soon?
Baseball should be March.
I think they just announced the cover person. So
they announced the cover. It's a weak fucking choice. It's just Aaron Judge again. They did this stupid thing a day before. They're like, we're not going to have a new cover athlete for 26. And I was like, okay, all that means is you're going to put someone on who was on it before. Because they were trying to be like clever about it. Yeah. And then it just turns out, oh, it's Aaron Judge. Like, oh, okay, fine, I guess. Like they're I say it every year, but like they're firmly in this mode where like we have no competition. We can do whatever the hell we want. Nothing matters. There's no Nintendo Switch 2 version of that game, by the way.
Yeah.
So it means it's not moving forward again.
No.
Because it never has to. It's going to be the same fucking game again, and I'll buy it again, and whatever. But it's just, God, they just suck. I fucking hate that game. Like, because it's just the same shit. Like they think they're clever by, when a couple years ago when they did the Negro League stuff, it was like, all right, this is cool. This is something really cool. New.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Then they did it again, and it didn't really add too much to what they'd done before. And it's like, is it just going to be the same fucking thing again with new people? Like there needs to be something new. But they haven't said any details about what's going on. But I'm just expecting.
Because I was going to say, for you, it's probably that, and then what? Bond.
Bond. Like DQ7 is on the list, but not right away. There was something else too, but like Bond. Yeah, Bond, and is probably the next thing after that.
Okay.
I don't even know what else is even coming out this year. Everything gets pushed or moved around or.
I mean, I was going to say, if you were even remotely interested in Resident Evil, you would. I don't think you need to play 7 or 8, but.
Nah, don't care. It's just not interesting anymore. Like, again, it's what are we doing? Are we going back to what it was before? Are we making it new? Are we combining the two? Bringing back another legacy character? It seems like they're
combining the two. But every one of those memes and reels I see of Leon, I laugh at all of them. But it's like my opinion is like we're just doing what he did in Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
It's just more over the top. Like the good one I saw today is where he kicks the chair into the chainsaw zombie, and then he just fucking smashes this dude's head in with his boot, and it's just so over the top. So,
I would much rather have like Outbreak 3, something where like
I just need them to confirm that they have a new Mercs mode in this game. I feel like they have to.
Do they?
I think they did it for 8. It was terrible because it was first person. So
do they?
I hope they do.
But yeah, that's it for me. Like
we can have high hopes.
Waiting on other stuff, I guess.
Matt, you took the bullet for us this week, and you played the hot new free to play release.
So we'll get to that.
Okay.
Of course, I'm just running more Arc Raiders. I did go through a couple of demos because there was a couple of games that I was actually peaked on, and after playing them, I don't know how I feel about them. First one was Deliver at All Costs. It is like a old school Grand Theft Auto top down type game.
I've seen it.
It's not like horrible, but like the driving is a little difficult.
It was difficult in those early GTA games. So.
Yeah. So essentially what it is like you're delivering stuff from one end to another end. But since the mechanics of the car are so wonky, it's like it just kind of flips away whatever, like flips things out as needed,
Yeah.
And with that, it just makes it a little more challenging to play the game. But all in all, I mean, it's fun. I think if it's at a cheap cost, I would say like $15. It's not bad, but you put a $30 price tag on it, it's not going to be worth it. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. The next one I did was this game called Compensation Not Guaranteed.
Okay.
So in this game, it's a bunch of animals. It's like the government is trying to get rid of people in neighborhoods so that they can, I guess you could say, gentrify them in a way.
Okay.
And your job is to either compensate them for their property or not. So essentially what's happening here is the government is taking their property.
Okay.
And if they don't have their documents squared away, they don't get compensation for their properties. You just essentially evict them out of their property. It's interesting. I think I actually did put it on my list, my wish list of stuff to look into whenever it drops at it. Like, I wouldn't buy it at full because it doesn't feel like it's going to be like a very long game, but I think it's interesting because it's up to you to decide whether they get compensation based off of the information they're providing to you. So it's kind of like you're essentially playing detective too, to find out if what they're doing is good, what they're doing is bad, what the documents they have is good, and all that kind of stuff. It was interesting. I definitely say that. I definitely will put it on my list of stuff to look at later on this year. And then I tried this game called Sleep Awake.
Okay. I haven't heard of that one.
No fucking idea what's happening in this game. Okay. It was a good 15-minute demo.
Okay.
Essentially, you're just supposed to stay awake. There's this government that's taken over and kind of made it like a dystopian type thing. And you're not supposed to fall asleep or else they can, like, I guess, kidnap you.
Okay.
If you do. But I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. So essentially, it plays really heavy into like a psychological type thing where there's like you go into dream sequences here and there. You're like falling, you're like nodding off, and then you go into another dream sequence. If I can say it, it's too much.
Okay.
To go into. I don't think it'll be a bad game because I think it plays really well and it plays really smooth, and the characters, she's likable, she's tolerable more than anything else. But I just don't think it's going to hit because of just how it's like they just wanted to go super hard into it to make you talk about the game. And I think it kind of plays against what they're trying to do, really.
Okay.
So, I mean, give it a shot. Like I said, I've been playing more demos to games that I get interested in than anything else if they're available, just to know if I want to actually pay the price tag for it or not.
Yeah.
But this next game didn't have a demo. It is free to play, and it is complete and utter trash.
Okay.
So this is what happened to me. So I spent 15 minutes playing the tutorial. Teaches you everything, kind of guides you through. I finally got to the point where I could play a match. I tried to play a match, and the matchmaking was kind of off. So I said, you know what? I'll come back to this. I had to do something. I think I was on lunch, and I did that. So I cut it off, and I kind of walked away from it. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try that again. I loaded it up, and it made me play through the tutorial again.
Oh, fuck.
And I said, no. And I cut it back off. Because I was like, and the crazy thing is, so like when I played the tutorial the first time, I had no weapons on me. Like I was walking through, and as I was going through each section, they were giving me the weapons to do.
Makes sense, yeah.
When I started the game up and it took me into tutorial the second time, I had all my weapons.
That's weird.
But it still made me play through the tutorial, and like I couldn't get out of it. Like there's no way to skip it.
That's weird.
Making you play it. And I was like, well, maybe it's just I was like, maybe it just wants me to walk through something else. Maybe I missed something. No, like I legit had to start from the very beginning and play through and I just
bad.
I cut it off. I was like, nope, not doing this again. I'm not going to spend another 15 minutes because then how do I know I not have to play it again? So it
sounds like you had the high guard experience.
So I really felt like I did. So I don't really fully get what it's trying to do, because at one point I jumped off of this cliff and it gave me like fall damage, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, whatever, cool, not a big problem. But then once you get to the point where you can actually like play matches and stuff, you get like a guardian, like like the one that I had is a horse. But if I'm riding my horse and I jump off a cliff, I get no fall damage, which is really strange. The weapons are all the same.
Of course,
it's just like a common tier, a rare tier, and then a gold. But it's like there really doesn't feel like a difference between the weapons.
Okay.
And the weird thing is like, so each of the weapons have their own scope where you can like attach it and then like detach it if you really want to. And I didn't like that. Like it just kind of felt weird. I'm not going to play it again. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be running for too much longer. I know you said the player count dropped off.
The player count dropped 90% after its first day.
But the roadmap.
Oh,
no,
the roadmap
no roadmap. Nothing needs to be mapped in this game.
But Jeff Keighley's behind it.
No, you tell Jeff Keighley he needs to play this game because this game is garbage.
Do you like how it came out after the fact that he was the one who pushed to have it at the show?
No, I didn't know that.
That's funny. So it was basically like they were content with just doing like, oh, it's out today and you can play it today. And he convinced them like, no, let me show it. Let me show it at the show. And that fucking killed it. That's what ruined that game.
Yeah, it's not.
One more thing. Oh, okay, nobody wants.
It could have possibly led to something else, because there are like in Apex and stuff like that, there were like multiple characters. I think there's a total like 6, and I think each one, of course, has like a different ability of going into it.
Yeah,
but it's just not fun. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but for the tutorial to be like 15 minutes long in a game that it's a run and gun type thing, like I should be able to skip this. I should be able to skip it. At the very beginning, you should say, hey, do you want to play through it or do you not want to play through it? Yeah. If I say no, then I should be able to not play through it. But nope. So I mean, download it if you really want to. It's free to play. Give it an opportunity. However, just note it's going to take 30 minutes of your life playing through the tutorial twice before you do anything else in the game. So good luck.
Yeah, no, not interested. But
that's it. So
we can move on to news. It's been rumored for a while, but it seems more and more evidence is mounting that. And it makes sense that it would be in March because it'll be right after Resident Evil 9 is out. That the next remake is going to be announced as Code Veronica. That makes more sense, and that's probably the safer bet at this point.
What else could it be?
5?
0?
It could be 0. It is, again, it's important to note that this is the 30th anniversary this year of Resident Evil. I mean, they could go back and do a Re2, Re3 style remake for Resident Evil 1. Which I would be interested in, but there's already a great way to play. There's already a great way to play that. Yeah, it would be a remake of the remake of the remake at that point, right? So, but Code Veronica makes sense. I think that game's highly underappreciated. So compared to like, you could do 5, you could do 0. I would accept a 0 if they put the damn item box in that game. So.
They probably would at this point.
I think they would put.
You feel like if they did it as a remake, they would update it to be more in line with other games, right? They wouldn't.
They would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't. They couldn't not do it.
They could not do it. How about Ubisoft? How's Ubisoft doing?
They're having a fucking great decade, I guess.
Great decade. Ubisoft canceled some stuff. Got an email about it. I'm going to read that first. A second here. Okay. Jake from Bloomington, Indiana. Howdy, 572 crew. What do you all think about the massive studio closures at Ubisoft? Over 6 projects canceled. Both the Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell remakes are among the canceled games. Do you guys think that this is the beginning of the end for the brand, or do you think that someone will buy them out? I mean, isn't the thing that we've always thought would be Embracer Group would buy them out?
That, or like Tencent would complete the purchase, or... like, what is Ubisoft anymore?
Assassin's Creed. Maybe a new Far Cry.
Maybe Far Cry.
Yeah.
Like, what else? Like,
they got to be working on a new Far Cry at this point, because that definitely wasn't one of the canceled games. I have heard that. I think the last time I heard anything about Ghost Recon was that the new one they were talking about was going to be set in Vietnam. So
okay, I mean, the last one wasn't bad. Maybe Division 3, that's all this company is now. It's maybe this. Maybe they used to be the company that was like cranking out stuff every year. We've got Assassin's Creed every year. We've got a Ghost Recon every couple of years. We have Rainbow Six. We've got Just Dance we're cranking out, which, now we're raising the subscription price on that game. How many people are left playing Just Dance that you have to raise the price?
Right. I'm still playing Just Dance. It's fun.
Right. You and the 6 others now have to pay $1 more a month. I don't know. What? Who cares?
But hey, Beyond Good and Evil 2 survived the cancellation.
That game is something else.
I told you what I think. Yeah. I told you what I think it is. I think Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a door in one of the Ubisoft offices, and they're using it as some sort of tax scheme.
It's the offshore account of Ubisoft games.
Yeah, I don't think it's a real game that exists.
It's the what do they call those things? Every couple of years,
they have to make some sort of bullshit CGI trailer to be like, yeah, see, guys, we're still working on it.
It's like the shell company of Ubisoft.
Is there really a massive audience for the first game that would even give a fuck about a sequel? We're over 20 years, right? Was that game like 2004?
Yeah.
2003, somewhere around there? It was a GameCube game.
It was a GameCube game, yeah. I mean, if it's not over, it is. But who is it for? It's for those people, right? But But the problem is what is it? Do you want it to be the same thing? It probably not. Probably wouldn't play very well. But what would it be now if you made it now? Who knows?
I don't know. It's insane.
Do you like how the Prince of Persia actress found out the game was canceled because it was posted online that it was canceled and nobody told her?
yeah, nobody told her.
Like,
damn, that's wild.
They have no fucking clue what they're doing. And as someone who would have wanted to play a Sands of Time remake, there's no way it was going to be good, right?
No,
couldn't have been.
I don't think.
I was talking to a friend yesterday. I said, you know what? Well, how about you remake me the cartoon one? I liked that one.
Oh, the 2008 one?
That's a different game. I like that game a lot. It's very different, and it doesn't have to be, let me play it again. I want to play it again.
Well, they made that new one that was like a Metroidvania that I think was like critically well accepted, but it did not sell at all.
It's not what people want.
Yeah. So, I'll read the email about this one in a second here, but Xbox wants to deliver more ports day one, like Fable. So Fable had their developer direct. I didn't put the big developer direct in here because it's really only 2 things that you would care about, which are Fable and Forza Horizon 6. Forza Horizon 6 was the only game that got an actual concrete date at this thing. It's out. What is it? It's like May 19th or something like that.
But not on PS5.
The game looks great. Not on PS5 day one. It will be on PS5 probably this fall, I would assume, but not day one. And again, the game looks incredible. They teased the Gundam crossover. And I would really like to play it, but I can wait to play it on PlayStation at this point. And then they showed Fable, and they showed a lot of Fable. And I'll be honest, like, if they can deliver on what's promised, and keep in mind, this is a game that is not being made by Peter Molyneux. And I think it'd be crazy if they could deliver on the promise of this game. It looks pretty solid.
I will say that it is something that I am interested in. because of what they say it is. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, and like you say, it's not made by Peter Molyneux. I have heard that of what a Fable game is going to be every single time, and every single time it's not what they said it was going to be.
It's never what it's supposed to be.
Like Fable 1, remember Fable 1 was like, they hyped it to hell, and they were like, "Oh my god, you're never going to believe what you could do in this game." Yeah. And then you play Fable 1, you're like, "You know what? This is pretty good." But it is not at all what they said it was going to be. But if they had said it was going to be this, I think I would have been okay with it. Because Fable 1 is good, and then the Lost Chapters makes it better. 2, the same kind of thing with 2. It's like, we're going to up it. Like, up the what you can do, and also it's like, yeah, but it's like, it's not what you said. I didn't
play 3, to be fair.
And then 3, I played a couple hours, like, this is just, I fell for it again.
Yeah. I did.
Because was 2 the one where they added guns?
Yes.
And it broke the whole fucking game?
I think so.
Because you get a gun pretty early on, and you can walk up and just fire, just hit Y to shoot the gun constantly, and it breaks the game. But if this is anything, I'm not going to say anything close because I know it's not.
Let me read the email really quick.
Yeah, all right.
We'll continue.
Go ahead.
Jeremy from St. Louis, Missouri. Hey guys, now that we've seen much more of it, do you all have any excitement over Fable? I was really taken aback with how polished the game looks and the amount of care they put into the systems within the game. It seems really ambitious, but also actually looks like it could deliver something truly special. And that's where I kind of fall into that category of like, I think it looks better than I expected it to look. It's a very impressive game visually. So, but again, it's Fable,
I have to see it. I have to play it to know what, because like they're talking about like every NPC is handcrafted. There's 1,000 of them.
I think they said you can go into every single building that's in the game,
right? And we made them all individual people with individual things. Like that's cool. Like that's very cool. And I feel like that's what eventually a place I want video games to be. It's like to go into every building, all that kind of stuff. There's no way. Come on. Yeah. For Fable, the game that's been in development for what feels like a decade.
I believe was announced 2019 because it was pre-pandemic when they announced it.
It feels like it's been forever.
It's been a long time, and I was bummed they couldn't give it a date. Like even if it's this fall,
it's not.
Give it a date.
There's no way.
No, you think it gets pushed to 2027?
I think it's 27.
Okay.
I just don't think. I don't think so. I don't think.
I also think if you look at the stuff that's coming out, I do think Fable's also a game that kind of has to launch on everything to be successful.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
if they only launched a game on Xbox at start, I don't think it would be very successful. It would have the PC market, but
but that philosophy hasn't worked out for them anymore. It doesn't work. No, Outer Worlds is dead.
It's Outer Worlds really got crushed. So, did they put that game out? Yeah, it is out on PlayStation, but
like Starfield's dead. Like all of these games that they're like avowed, that game's dead. You think that game's selling on PS5? Fuck no.
No, not at $50.
No. Like this method.
People buy it on sale.
We'll try to make it, for Xbox. Like Indiana Jones is probably the only one that worked for them, I would say. But it was on PC.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but
well, I had this epiphany the other day where I was thinking about it. I was like, what is for Xbox? What is the last like truly great release that you can count from them outside of Indiana Jones? And the only thing that comes to my mind, like I'm talking a first party game, the only thing that comes to my mind would be Sunset Overdrive. As the last,
a little far,
truly great, like actual first party. Because like Gears 4, it's fine. Gears 5, it's fine. But I wouldn't say either of those are truly great games.
You're not counting Forza games.
I mean, I'm also not a huge racing person, so it's already for me personally, it's already a stretch that I even like those games.
But I'd also argue as someone who loves Sunset Overdrive and like that was my game of the year that year. Like I've done everything that I fucking am in love with that game. I don't even necessarily know if many people would consider it to be great because it's weird and it is very niche and like and it obviously didn't do well because it
didn't.
Led to
them being the Spider-Man team.
Yeah, but that led them to being a PlayStation studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think through like the Xbox One era into this current era, and I just can't come up with another thing that I can look at and go like, hey, that was a really good first party game outside of Indiana Jones.
Like, yeah, I mean, well, would you count? Well, no, because they didn't know machine games when Wolfenstein happened, did they?
I don't count those because those weren't.
That's not them.
Indiana Jones is even a stretch because it is a Bethesda
game. Yeah, but at
game,
least that's something that like they did, like they made that happen, kind of a thing.
I just can't.
I mean, Fallout under their purview has not been good. 76 is fine now, but it wasn't at the start.
Took a long time to get to that point.
Took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
You know, they seem to refuse to make New Vegas. Scott, you know, ES6 is
maybe 4 or 5 years away
at this point.
Yeah, right. Well, I do think that there is a remake coming of either New Vegas or 3. I do think that exists.
One of those
the Unreal 5 engine, like Oblivion style.
One of those has to be coming.
I just don't think it's shadow dropping this week.
Yeah.
No, very unlikely.
When that show ends.
Yeah, very unlikely at this point.
It just
I don't know. And the thing is
it's the hard thing.
After this, it's like, do you think Fable's going to be great? Probably not. It'll be good at best, I think.
I still stand by. I think Fable will come out and it'll be fine.
My worry with Fable
100% deliver on what they're promising.
Well, my worry with Fable too is the way they talk about it now makes it seem more like it's like a life simulator, right? Where like you're kind of just living your life.
They definitely lean heavy into that.
What if it ends up being boring as fuck? Because it could. It could be one of those. It could be one of those games where like there's nothing to do. Like they make it sound like there is, but you're doing the same 5 tasks over and over again.
Yeah,
which is kind of like that's what Borderlands fell into, where they promise like it's an open world now. You can like do, but it's just the same shit over and over and over again. I told you before, you have to do 80 bounties. They repeat.
Oh, that's even.
So
worse.
They make you do 80 of them, knowing that they're going to repeat.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
like
stupid.
That.
It's not like there's 80 different bounties. There's maybe 30. But they all follow the same premise of like, go here, collect this, go here, kill this, go here, collect this. So it just drives me crazy because like Fable could be pushing itself the other way.
It could.
Where you get in there and it's like, wow, I just walked across this field and nothing happened. At least sure, you can give nice. And at least you can give games like, you know, I don't necessarily like Valhalla, but like Assassin's Creed games where the maps are huge, but it really felt like there was always something kind of like happening.
Yeah, I can say that about
or going on. Sure. Odyssey and Origins were like that. Where like even though they were big and like vast, it always kind of felt like you could run into something, and I think that something would be different than stuff you had done before.
I think the Far Cry games are like that too, though.
They are, yeah. Like 4,
there's always something going on.
4 and 5 for sure. Like even like 5 is kind of a mess, like story wise, but there's always something defined or do. Mm-hmm. And like, you do outposts over and over again, but the outposts are different.
They are.
So Fable, I worry that it's like, you walk into a town and some NPC tells you, I need you to kill these 3 wolves in this field. And then you're like, okay. Then you go to the next town. I need you to kill these 3 bears in this field. And you go, okay. And it just becomes that kind of a game. Mm-hmm. That being said, like, I'm very interested in it, but like, I have to know more, but I'm also going to be incredibly cautious about buying in.
I can see that.
I don't know.
I agree.
We talked about this last week, but there's more evidence mounting on financial reports that Sony will delay the PS6 to 2030 because of the RAM prices, which again, I think we talked about it last time we recorded, but it makes a lot of sense with how crazy those are coming, because otherwise it's just going to drive the console price up insane.
It's already bad and it's going to be worse.
Whereas I think on the complete opposite side of things, I think Microsoft's going to put out whatever the fuck that thing is, because they've already said it's going to be super expensive and they don't care.
We've already basically braced you that it's going to be $1,000.
Yeah.
So what do we care?
They don't care.
Because they don't. And it's not going to have a disk drive because they don't care about that either. They care about live.
You playing in the cloud.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they care about.
That's what they care about at this point.
PC.
Yeah. I mean, like the funny thing about it is, like, if this would have happened a couple years earlier, their heavier push into Play Anywhere, I probably would have been more on board at that time because I had a lot more investment in that ecosystem where now I basically consider it a dead platform.
If that tech had worked, remember I tried to stream Starfield. I tried to stream Starfield on an Xbox One X connected to an Ethernet connection. That should be the ideal way for that thing to stream. If that was the whole point, was I can just stream it on an Xbox. And they specifically said, like, you can stream it on Xbox One X and all that stuff. If that had worked, then maybe they'd be in a better place. But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Not the way that they intended.
What else could I have done to make that work?
I don't know.
Right?
If you have a wired connection, you have a cable internet connection. That's pretty solid.
Gigabit Ethernet wired. This should be all that's required to play that game.
It should be because they tout that the latency should be even better for a lesser connection than what you're using. So it just doesn't work.
It just never worked, and it's still. And I bet you it still doesn't. But I'm never going to try it again because what's the point?
No, there's no point. So. And that system, like I said, it's been a dead platform for me. Like I turn it on to watch a 4K Blu-ray.
It's a media machine now.
It's specifically,
media machine. Yeah, it can stream.
That's what I've turned it into.
It can stream video just fine.
Yeah. So sad.
I understand that.
True. Yeah. More rumors are mounting about the Starfield 2.0 overhaul. It's been mentioned again. How has that not been announced for PS5? Like how?
They have to be waiting for whatever this is.
It's got to be.
Why announce it before you fix it? It has.
Oh, for sure. It's got to be this year, though.
That makes sense.
You would hope so. It's already a dead. It's already again. That's another dead franchise. Which it either comes out this year or just don't do it. Like, what's the point?
I put this in here for me, but Resident Evil 9 is being touted as a PS5 Pro showpiece. That game on the PS5 Pro is going to have a 120 hertz mode without ray tracing, or you have the 60 frames option with ray tracing.
Oh,
so I
thought this was a professional system,
right? It should do both at 120 frames. Blow my fucking mind, right?
Both of those things, and it should do them without hesitation.
Hey, remember when it was announced? I was told I wouldn't have options to choose. You shouldn't have to do everything for me.
You shouldn't have to pick. It'll just do it. My system does nothing.
It does nothing.
I'm sorry.
Today, just for fun, because I've been playing that Scars Above game, and I know it's not a pro enhanced game, but I was just curious. A game runs fine. It's a lock 60, whatever, but I loaded it up in the office here on the base PS5, and it's identical. Like, there's no difference.
Because it shouldn't.
Like I said, it's
such a waste. It shouldn't be a question. It should just do it.
It should just do it, and it should.
I think we talked about it last time and the time before. What do you want on a next gen system? I want 60 frames.
Everything to be 60.
No questions.
Minimum.
No questions.
Yeah.
If it doesn't run at 60 frames, it's not on the system. How about that?
No. Make that the
Make it a PS5 game. But we're at a point now where everything should be 60 and I'd say at least 1080, right? I mean, that's sort of 64K probably isn't realistic for a lot of stuff. But again,
a lot of times you see 60 at 2K, and that's fine.
Right? Yeah, at 20. Yeah, so that's fine. But again, I shouldn't even be choosing. There shouldn't be an option for performance or visual fidelity anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree.
The Pro was supposed to solve that. He talked about it. Mark told you that.
There was only like 2 games that actually did that.
Mark couldn't stop talking about how it was the best of both worlds. And it turns out it's neither. It's the same.
It's neither. It's basically the same system.
I told you that system made Anthem worse. How the fuck is that possible?
It's a loading differently. But that doesn't make sense to me either because it's the literal same drive. The only difference is it's a larger drive.
Right.
That is the one major positive I can say. It's nice to have an internal 2 terabyte drive. So
it's not like he was the host. Nice. Like, what was it doing?
It doesn't make any sense. So, Bloober Team is teasing their next remake, which I think is going to have a reveal on Valentine's Day. And it seems like they're remaking Rule of Rose.
That'd be crazy.
It really seems like that's what they're remaking. Like, everything leads to it being that, and that does seem crazy.
Just let him do that. Let him do that. Let him do Haunting Ground.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let them do Clock Tower 3.
I will say right now, that's not going to lower the price of Rule of Rose on PS2. No. That will still be astronomical.
People think that like re-releases of stuff will lower the price of things. What it actually does is it either keeps it stable or it actually goes up.
It goes up because people want to
go get that one. Like I told you I was looking at my Game Eye thing and just like weird shit has been happening. Mm-hmm. What was the one I saying today? Outbreak File 2 is
File 2.
Over $150 now. Mm-hmm. Why? Who knows? But
I had a good one too recently.
My Final Fantasy. Remember, I got Final Fantasy 1 through 6 from Square. I got the original version, not the re-release. The original version is still expensive because, again, yes, you can go buy the game, but this version specifically is, if you want to collect every Final Fantasy game, you have to get this one if you want all of them. They didn't make more copies of that one. Like, prices don't get changed because of re-releases and stuff. That's not how it works anymore. Think Silent Hill 2 went down in price because they remade it? No.
50-cent Blood on the Sand is up to $126.
God, that's dumb.
Well, that is because it is a back compat game, only if you have the disc.
Oh,
they can't put it out digitally because of the licensed music. So, but somehow made that game back compat.
What was the other one I saw on my list? Oh, that Stranger Things 3 game for the Switch.
Yeah, that's a game that you had that I never got. I played it when it came out, like digitally. When it came out, it's fine.
When I was in like the limited run bullshit era. I bought it and just never opened it. That game now is like almost $400 sealed for the Switch.
I'm not surprised because the show ended, so it's at its peak popularity.
That makes sense.
But I just laughed because it's like, well, I guess that definitely can't ever be open.
No, not now. And our final news article I just threw in here for fun. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was a huge bomb. Obviously, not surprising. But they are committed to still releasing DLC for the game. So that is a game I totally want to check out when it's like $15.
If they hadn't forced it into being a Vampire the Masquerade game and would have just made it something else, it would have done any better.
No.
Because I was talking to my friend about it where
I don't think an audience would have picked it up.
Right.
I think their one shot was making it be that because they were banking on fans of the original game. Because that game is talked about all the fucking time. But those people, I do think some people showed up, but I think a lot of people saw the writing on the wall after it was in development hell for like 5 years.
Delayed and reworked.
It switched companies 3 times. The company that put that game out is not the company that started making that game. So
Duke Nukem Forever style.
I feel like it's probably playable. Like, I guess Duke Nukem Forever was technically playable. I finished it when it came out, but
I'm gonna talk about a game that needs a remake.
No. I don't it is a good question. Does Duke Nukem ever return? Like in any capacity outside of, hey, we remade the old like Duke Nukem game?
Does Gearbox
did that like
does Gearbox own it?
I think they still own the rights to it, yeah.
If they own it, then no, it's dead.
You think it's dead completely?
I think if somebody else would come to them and be like, we'll give you $1 million for the rights to Duke Nukem, then you could get a new one. My friend and I were actually talking about that not too long ago. It's like, I want a Duke Nukem game set in like 2025 where Duke is now woke, but he still acts like himself. And it's just like a completely like weird contradiction of his own character. I think that could be pretty funny. But
that would be actually pretty funny.
But I think it's dead.
I think it's dead too. That wraps up the news. We can get into our game recommendations for the week, or you have some pickups. But before we do that, for mine, it's going to be, and I have the Xbox version. This came out on everything at the time, but Batman Begins for the original Xbox. Again, it's on PS2. It's on GameCube. I think when I originally played through this game, it was on the GameCube.
I played it on GameCube.
This was a really solid, almost like Splinter Cell style game.
Surprisingly good licensed movie game in an era when they were usually bad. So it was hit or miss. You'd get every so often you'd get one. Like Spider-Man 1 is bad, but Spider-Man 2 is good.
2 is really good.
But Spider-Man 3 is
bad. Yeah.
but Batman Begins, yeah, you're right, because it was really about like built on scaring them and fear.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
I said, it had a lot more in line with Splinter Cell. That's what it reminded me of when it came out.
Who made it?
Let's see if it says EA.
They published
Does it say who made it? Eurocom Entertainment.
Sure, okay.
It's actually published by EA.
The geniuses at Eurocom.
Well, that would have been before Warner Brothers had a publishing arm for video games. Right. If you think about it. So, but it did also have the voices of Christian Bale, Michael Caine. It had all of them in it.
Yeah, it actually felt like the movie. I remember that. It was really good.
It's pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Matt, why don't you go with yours, and then Dan can end with his pickups.
So I said Killing Floor 2.
Okay.
I've had a lot of fun with that in the past, and ironically, I was actually going to play some of it today, but Killing Floor 3 was a PS Plus game, I think, last month.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and copped that, and I downloaded that, and I was actually going to look at it, but then just looking at that reminded me exactly how much fun I enjoyed Killing Floor 2. So give it a look. Give it a little look-see there, buddy.
Or what about you, Dan? You got some pickups?
Yeah, so we'll do some pickups instead because I managed to get some pretty good stuff past couple weeks. So first off, I got some PSP stuff. So I got Metal Slug XX. I love Metal Slug games. I don't think I ever played this one, but hey, it's got 2-player wireless co-op on ad hoc. Get your PSP copy. But yeah, so that one I got Street Fighter 3 Alpha Max. Fighters on PSP are very good. It was a very good fighting game.
D-pad was very good.
Yes, it was perfect for that. Like even like Tekken 6 on this, and Tekken. Remember, it had its own special Tekken 5, Dark Resurrection, which was incredible on PSP. So fighting games. I got Darkstalkers Chronicle. Never had that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Got that for pretty cheap. And then here's the winner of the bunch.
That's good.
Just for PSP. This is supposed to be really, really good. I think
it's just a PS2 version of it.
Yeah, this was. Remember they did that for a couple of them, like the Kingdom Hearts game and some other ones. I always wanted them to do
Vice City and Liberty City stories.
The stories, yeah. And then I also got some NES stuff, which you'll enjoy some of these. So I got some box stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if I've ever played this before. It looks pretty crazy, but hard to pass up boxed stuff. You'll like this one because of what's on the box. I got $9.95. Look at that. Previously viewed tape, $9.95 from Blockbuster. Rare that NES boxes would survive a Blockbuster.
It's weird, yeah.
I would think that'd be a mom and pop store, even less so, but no, it was definitely a Blockbuster one. I mean, because there was a sticker on the back of it that I managed to get off. And then I got Bard's Tale.
That's a hot box.
It's a good one too. It's a cool looking box.
It's a really good condition box.
Yeah, these this one and this one are very good. They feel good and they don't feel crushed. Like you can even tell by like the bottom.
Yeah.
A lot of these would get crushed on the bottom.
Yeah.
So those were good. And then this is the one that kind of blew my mind because a friend of mine got him in at her store and just texted me a picture of all these NES games. And it was basically like, spot the gem. And I think I sent it to you. Yeah. And you were like, I don't know what I'm looking for. And then I sent it to Matt, and Matt was like, I know exactly which one it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because so I got Bubble Bobble 2. I've never seen a physical copy of this game in person. And it's funny because right after I got it, I saw a post
I don't think we've even seen it at the convention.
I mean, if you did, it's in one of those glass cases, and I'm not looking in those for the most part anyway, because I know I'm not finding anything in there. But to get this now, this is like over $400.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
All I will say is I didn't pay anywhere close to that. Like not even a quarter of what it's worth. But Bubble Bobble 2 is it's one of those NES games where like you just don't think you're ever going to find it, like especially like in the wild.
For sure, yeah.
It's not. Is it the most expensive one? No, but it's damn near up there.
Yeah, it is.
There aren't that many that are higher, but I mean, I can't pass up an opportunity for that. Because even if I don't want to keep it and I just want to flip it, like I'm going to make back plenty, but I'll hold on to it for a while. But
super jealous of you.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is one of the best finds I've had from a GameStop find in probably since I worked there, and I got a Final Fight guy off.
That was pretty good, and I remember there was one because I got some of those boxes too. those NES boxes came in.
One guy came in with like a cardboard box full of stuff, and they were all really good. We were like,
there was Wolverine and some other stuff.
He had the Marios and stuff. But, and we were like, "Are you sure you want to trade this stuff in?" The guy's like, "Yeah, I just want it in the house." For like, okay. That's how that happens too, because like people just don't want to take the time to go sell it, and I don't blame them sometimes because. Could he have sold this one by itself? Sure. But could he have sold all the other ones by themselves? Maybe not, because it was mostly like common stuff. He had some other bangers in there, that were traded in that I already had, like Adventure Island 3. But I already had that one. That's a great game.
That one have the box too?
No. Most of the box ones and then this were actually from 2 different trades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The box ones were crazy too, because she got some other really good ones, but it was all stuff that I already had most of it. So I didn't really, but those were 3 that I was like, yeah, I'll take those for sure.
It's a good deal.
Yep.
Why don't you bring up the the GameStop dumbass?
The game ass.
The game ass.
That's what it should be referred to as.
Kinda. I mean, it basically is, but this is a dumbass move in a little bit of a different way, because I don't have a problem with it per se, but basically they're bringing the dress code back. And remember,
so the dress code would be khakis and like polos.
Just nice pants, polos, stuff like that. But if you've been in a GameStop in the past 5 years,
it's gotten bad.
The dress code's pretty fucking lax, dude.
Well, I think for me, the problem is a lot of times when I would go into a store, you would have people that would be dressed like I would be dressed, and you wouldn't know that they actually work there unless they have a name tag on.
Half of them don't wear name tags.
Don't wear one, so you don't even know.
It's just crazy to me. But like, I don't necessarily have a problem with them going back to at least like you're working at a job.
Yeah.
Like, but the people on like the Reddit are losing their fucking mind. They think it's like they're being personally attacked. I can't believe this. I don't understand. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, grow the fuck up. And guess what? If you don't like it, go work somewhere else.
Exactly.
Even if you do like it, go work somewhere else. GameStop's a shitty company.
Same thing we
talk about all the time. 95% of the places you go have you wear some kind of uniform. Even Target, they don't make you wear like the Target branded stuff. Just wear a red shirt so you'll stick out. At a GameStop, just wear like nice pants. But like, I can't tell you how many times I would go in and see like people like ripped jeans. Shorts. I've seen people wearing shorts.
Oh, a lot of times I went in, like I said, people be in there in basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah. You don't look like you work here. You don't have a name tag. Why? Like, what happened to like wearing name tags at that place?
I don't know.
Everyone should have a lanyard with a thing on their thing that says their name on it. Done.
Yeah. I agree.
So at least make it look like you work there.
Yeah.
But the amount of people like on that Reddit who are just like beside themselves are crazy. There's a post I saw where it's like, well, I wear Pokemon dresses to work and I get, 108% warranty. What? Who cares? You're part of the problem. You don't look like you work there. Like, this isn't like fucking Spencer's Gifts, dude. Like, it's just one of those things where they're rolling it back to how it was before. I don't even think they're rolling it back as hard as it used to be, because it used to be.
I don't think so.
It used to be like dress pants, polo. Game Crazy, we had to wear black polos and khakis every day. Yeah. Which eventually, when companies started sending us polos, we could wear those.
I think when we were there, at some point they did all of a sudden allow like you could wear like t-shirts if they were game related, or if they were the t-shirts you could buy in the store because you were technically advertising, right? That. But the pants never changed when we were there.
Remember,
you could wear jeans, I think,
but even that wasn't all the time. There was a time where you couldn't wear jeans.
No, when I originally worked there back in like the mid 2000s, it was polo and khaki or dress pants,
right? So, I don't see a problem with it being dress pants and a polo.
I don't either.
There were people on there who were like losing their minds because they thought, I'm going to have to go spend $100 on clothes to wear. Where are you shopping? Where are you spending $100
on Walmart
on a couple polos?
Yeah.
Go to Walmart. They're
go to Walmart
$8,
and probably spend
$10,
probably $30 on a couple polos,
right,
and be fine.
I mean, I understand their like displeasure.
Sure,
I guess is the word for it, but like realistically, I mean, I know I work from home too, but I still like I don't wear horrible things when I'm at work when I know I need to be on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
I'm not in a bathrobe.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still working a job.
Yeah, I think I saw one in one of our meetings during summertime. I saw someone in a tank top, and that kind of took me out because I was like,
yeah,
I don't think you should be wearing that, man.
Yeah,
but I could understand that because, like you said, I've gone into GameStop multiple times where you kind of look around like, who is working this place? Here. And then finally someone's like, hey, you need something? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. But I just wanted to know if you were actively doing your job, you know, like I get it. Again, displeasure.
I get part of it is because a lot of these people are newer where they didn't know a life before this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They don't know how bad it used to be until they lax on it. I think I did see something where, you know, vendor supplied polos are okay, but how many vendors do that anymore? It used to be every big release I would get a shirt.
I think I remember like Final Fantasy 15, we all got a polo for that.
Yeah, and even then, like vendor ones, sometimes we'd only get 2. And they'd be, you know, a medium and a small. And Kyle and I'd be like, well, I guess we're not wearing those. Yeah.
It'd be like, well, we have some people here that can wear those.
Yeah. So. But, yeah, it really, well, because then, you know, they all argue where, like, well, this is a shirt we sell in the store. No, it's a shirt you sold in the store 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any of that shirt. It's not in your store. People can't buy it. So, again, they went lenient and gave people, you know, an inch, and people took a foot, and then they took a yard, and then they took a mile, 100%. And then they just said, fuck the dress code and I'll wear what I want. And just fingers crossed, higher ups don't come in. But the thing is like, you know, what happens is when a higher up goes into a store, and like Kyle said, the guy behind the thing's wearing a basketball jersey and Nike shorts. Damn, dude, that guy ruined it for everyone because that's going to piss off all those people. All that dude had to wear was jeans and a T-shirt, and he probably would have got away with it. Yeah. But, you know,
none of it surprises me.
Right.
Not at all.
GameStop's a shit company. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it doesn't have shit leadership, because it does. But I think if you're this upset over having a reasonable dress code instituted at work, then you need to find someplace else that'll let you wear your Pokemon dress. And guess what? There aren't that many of them.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, why don't we kick over to movies and TV? I haven't. The only thing that I've really been watching outside of, and we don't need to talk about the Great Food Truck Race.
All right. Well, we do need. How many times have you seen Melania, Kyle? Be honest.
17. No.
How many tickets did you buy?
0.
How much of the 7 million domestic is you?
I haven't been into a movie theater since Weapons.
I wanted to see that Statham movie, but it did not come to the theater by me.
That's so weird because it's a major release and it's at the theaters by me. So I told you.
The last one was in that same theater, and I would argue the quality is the same.
It's so weird that they didn't put that.
So we just didn't go.
The theater by you is an AMC theater, like you would think.
That's where we always go.
Maybe there's some sort of dispute or something. That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm going to look it up again. No, because it's at Barrington.
Oh, okay.
It's at the big one.
Weird. I don't know why that wouldn't come to you.
I'm going to look it up again. The Jason Statham movie. What's it called? Shelter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to look it up again and see if
it's so weird.
Maybe they announced it, but it's literally the same quality of the last one, right? Like I wouldn't say
because when you first told me that, I was like, oh, maybe it's a limited release, but no, it's not.
Okay, it's there now, but it was not there the day it released.
Wow.
No, because I looked it up because I was like, that doesn't seem right, and it was not at that.
This is showing me for Wednesday. Why is it showing me for Wednesday? Is that the first? No, it's on Monday. Yeah, it definitely was not there the day of release because I told them like, get tickets and we'll go. Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go this week. Random. Oh wait, no. There's no tickets for it on Thursday. Wednesday may be the last day it's there.
Oh,
weird.
That's so weird. Anyway, why wouldn't they? It's a Statham movie. I would think it would make money.
You would think.
I mean, there are things out that I would like to see. Like I would like to see Send Help. I'm not, but it'll be up in 2 weeks. I don't need to run to the theater. So
not at all.
The only thing that I've been watching, I have other things that I'd like to. I have a string of movies now that I will get through, but I decided I went on an odyssey to re-update on the server that I have all of Roseanne to higher quality, because what I have were DVD rips, like really low quality. And I was like, man, I know there have been releases of this show that are in HD. Like you can literally watch all of it on Peacock in HD. So I went, and of course somebody did the Lord's work on the internet. So that resulted in me going, yeah, I could probably just rewatch Roseanne. I'm on season 7 already. So, you know,
Jesus Christ. When did you start rewatching it? That's old school TV, dude. Right after 22 episodes a year.
No, it's like 26.
Yeah, Jesus.
Some of those seasons are longer than a sitcom would be today. So I will say, like, even that, like Roseanne, like I always viewed Frasier as like the perfect sitcom. I don't think there's a bad episode of it. There are outside of season 9 of Roseanne, which is trash. There are bad episodes.
There are.
There are bad episodes where like she's having dream sequences that nobody cares about. There's one where they do a tribute to Sherwood Schwartz when he died. And all it is like them reenacting shows like Gilligan's Island. Not a good
one, yeah.
Not a good one. But it's still a great show, like from beginning to end. And I the one thing I have incorporated is I will skip season 9 because season 9 is trash. But I will watch that season 10 that they did before her escapade and they turned it into the Connors.
Season 10 is solid.
I have not I'll probably give it a couple more years before I decide to rewatch the Connors.
Connors is over, right?
Connors is over.
Okay.
Connors had a perfectly fine ending. Like I thought it was good for how it ended. So, but it just Roseanne, it's a tremendous show even still. I'm just through like I'm through the end part where like they're probably going to be getting out of the lunchbox. So that's going to be done. And I just got through the whole ordeal when he finds out about his Dan Connor finds out about his mother actually having issues and has to learn. Yeah, like there are some really challenging, difficult subject episodes of that show where it gets pretty serious, even outside of the one where they fight after his heart attack, which is like it gets really fucking real. Like not a sitcom anymore type of a thing. And then it leads into a really bad season of that show. But that's really the only thing that I've been watching. But I do have a string of movies and stuff that I have now that I need to watch that I will get through. And at some point, one of these days, I will brave it and sit through the 3-hour one battle after another. So I think about it. I look at the box art a lot and I go, it's 3 hours. Then I watch 3 hours of Roseanne. So
there you go. Stronger man than me.
Yeah, and like I was talking to Matt about it earlier, like getting my fiance to sit and watch a movie at home now is like impossible. She never wants like it's different. Like if I look at something like, hey, we should go out to the theater and see this, perfectly fine. But like sitting at home, it's just like I don't want to do that. And that's led, like I said, to us watching the Great Food Truck Race right now. So, which again, I don't need to get into that, but that show's pretty solid. So, about you, Dan?
I haven't watched any movies, but I have been catching up on all of the awful network TV I like to watch. Season premiere of The Rookie. The show is just as fucking insane as ever. Goes on a year. He's working with Interpol as a training officer at the LAPD. It's conflict crazy. This season is his wife, who's good at everything that anyone could ever be good at, has now been offered a job she's unqualified for in DC. So now they're deciding if they want to move to DC. Geez. Have you been watching it, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like it's only there to make conflict. And then the thought is like, well, if you go to DC, you got to start over again. It's like, come on. Like this, it's getting to be, I still like the show for what it is, but it's getting to be just somehow dumber and dumber and dumber and less believable.
I feel like I feel like the way it's going, it should be ending here soon.
It really feels like it needs to.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's the end of the season as they move to DC. And then the thing is like we could do that and then we could redo the show with all of the other people that are on it and keep it going. The show I think the show started with it was dependent on him and his experience. It has become something completely different. It is about everyone. So I would like to see what some of these other people do going forward. But if the show ends and fine, whatever. But they could easily spin it off into any number of other things. So I'm caught up on that. I'm caught up on Doc, which is the one where the lady loses her memory. I think did I tell you about the insane plot we've gone through this season?
The COVID thing? You did tell me about that.
So there's two. There's one where they do flashbacks constantly because it's like what she was like before she had her accident and stuff. They did an episode where their hospital has the first instance of COVID in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And not only do they successfully devise their own test for it, they treat it, making her some kind of fucking miracle doctor along with the other guy. Before it starts, she's on the phone telling people like, we need masks and stuff. This is going to blow up. And then, of course, he deal with the first case. And, of course, they fucking cure it when people are dying. And like that's right. It's so dumb. It's like this is kind of disrespectful to actual doctors and nurses who had to go through this, and their lives were literal hell for years because of this shit, and still are dealing with after effects of it. It's a little disrespectful. There's that, but then there's a better one. There's a better plot line, which is even crazier. So this whole season, there's been a thing where like she keeps having flashes of this guy in her head, and she doesn't know who he is. And she's like, I feel like somebody tell. So this girl got a job at the hospital, and turns out that that's her dad. And she basically forced her dad, the doc forced her dad to quit because he was like ditching the hospital, and he was going off and doing his own things. And he had like a gambling problem and all this kind of stuff. She basically said, "You're fucking up all the time. You either quit or I'll fuck. Your career's fucked." So the guy quit. And then 3 months later, he killed himself by the old classic hooking a hose to the exhaust pipe, pumping in my window in my car. And the HR lets it slip to this daughter that Doc fired her dad. Okay. So now she blames Doc because like my dad killed himself because you fired him and stuff. Not to mention that HR just violated any number of hospital policies by doing this. The girl then goes home and tells her brother, and her brother's like, we're going to fucking ruin her life. So they fucking hack the hospital computer. She steal recordings of her therapy sessions and start emailing them out to people like her ex-husband and all this stuff. Because they hack the computer, it causes this teenage kid there to die because his blood test got like delayed or something. They couldn't save him. So not only now has she committed a federal crime by hacking a hospital, she's also killed someone. And she's like panicking, and she's like, this is going too far. And her brother's like, not far enough. And then he drops, he sends out some more emails. And then she gets so pissed at him, she kicks him out. She comes back. The guy tried to kill himself. He ends up in the hospital. Doc has no idea what's going on. She just knows that she's being targeted. And then eventually it gets out that she did this, and they're like, you need to stay away from her. They're trying to interview the doc lady to make it seem like all of this is her fault because she fired that guy for no reason. Yeah, you're right. Because I fired a guy 5 years ago before I had traumatic brain injury, I'm the one who's at fault because they hacked the hospital and killed that kid. This is like some of the most backwards fucking logic I've ever heard in my entire life. So eventually, like, she saves the brother who tried to kill himself. And they're like, I can't believe you saved him even after all he did. She's like, it's my job. And she leaves. And then the mom is there, and the mom's like, I'll tell him everything. I'll tell him that my husband was a piece of shit and he deserved to be fired. So obviously your job is saved. But like they perp walk that chick out of the hospital, and it's pretty great. But it's like, what the hell is happening at this place?
Wow.
So that show's ridiculous. I can't stop watching it because it's so fucking dumb. I keep watching that High Potential show.
Someone with the chick from Sunny.
Yeah, and that show's fine too. I wish it did more. All of the mysteries and stuff are a little too like lighthearted, and it doesn't feel like an actual cop show. It's more of like a.
Didn't she have another show before this?
Yeah, she had a show on Fox called The Mick that I never watched.
The Mick.
Oh, this one's incredibly popular. And like I said, the show is good. It feels. It's not a cop show. You know, it tries to pretend like it is one, but it's not. Mm-hmm. And then I watched the banger of all bangers.
Okay.
Memory of a Killer.
The Patrick Dempsey
show. And he's very good in it. It's basically about a hitman who is starting to develop like Alzheimer's. So he's starting to forget tiny little things here and there. The only thing is it's all happening kind of like really quickly that he's forgetting stuff.
Okay.
And so it's not really believable. And some of the shit that's happened, there's only been 2 episodes. It's been fucking crazy so far.
Okay.
So basically, he works for Michael Imperioli. You know who that guy is.
I know who it is.
Yeah, and he's pretty
Christopher.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I feel like he only took the job on the show because he likes to cook in real life, and in this show he owns a restaurant, and you get to see him cook some stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's like, "I'll be in the show, but I gotta cook some stuff." And they were like, "That's fine, whatever."
Okay.
So he's the guy who, like, basically Dempsey works for. Yet he somehow doesn't know that Patrick Dempsey has an entire family, including a like mid-20s daughter. His wife died when she was killed by like a drunk driver. His daughter's pregnant and about to have a baby, and it's about how his life is like starting to like collide on both sides, but like nobody knows about it. But again, he keeps making the dumbest fucking like weird mistakes, and it's like this is a little too much. Like the first thing is he goes home because he's got 2 homes. You know, he has his old original home. He's got his fancy apartment in the city where he keeps his guns. He also has like a 3rd location, which is a garage in the middle of nowhere where he swaps cars. This hitman, by the way, drives a very distinct Porsche all over the place. Like no one would notice this. No. Hey, who drives a fancy Porsche? Oh, is he a hitman? Stupid. Then he goes to like somebody's like after him because he killed the guy's brother. He goes to the bar to pick up this chick, and then he gets home and he almost forgets his code again. And then he goes to put his gun in the wall safe. And then the morning when she wakes up, she's like, "You have anything to drink?" And he's like, "Yeah, there's water in the fridge." She opens the fridge and then just leaves. And he's like, "Where'd you go?" And he walks out. He put his fucking gun in the fridge. And he's like, "How did I do that? Did I put my gun in the fridge?" Oh, God. It's like, it's really stupid.
But it's not supposed to be a comedy, right?
No, God, no.
Okay.
Serious drama.
Okay.
I'll see where it goes. It's really,
Fox show?
Really fucking dumb so far. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see how it ends, just because.
And it's a show. It's not a miniseries.
It feels like it's a show. I feel it's a mid-season thing. I think it's like 10 episodes or whatever, but I think it's because it's mid-season.
Okay.
What was the other? There was something else really fucking dumb that happened. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, he's a hitman, right? You'd think he's very good at his job and knows his targets without having to print out their picture from the newspaper and circle their face. This is the guy. Oh, that's the guy I gotta kill. Not only that, he prints out the picture of this guy, circles his fucking face in what looks like red crayon, and fucking puts it in his like fancy coat pocket. And then he somehow wears the fancy coat to his daughter's house for dinner.
Okay.
And hangs it up. And then forgets that. So not only did he forget that he was wearing the wrong coat, he then forgot that coat at her house.
Oh, good Lord.
So it's like double whammy kind of a thing. And then she like goes through his pockets and finds the newspaper with his picture fucking circled. I'm like, okay. And then she Googles the guy and it's like, oh, he was fucking killed in his pool the day before. It's like, oh boy. And then, she brings him back. She's like, you left your coat at my house. And he's like, oh yeah. He pretends he's a photocopier salesman. That's how he gets out of town all the time. I got to go sell photocopiers. And he's like, oh, yeah, this lady I met in Albuquerque or whatever gets me nice suits. That's how he like plays it off. And the daughter's like, okay. And then she leaves.
Sure, Dad.
And then he reaches into his pocket. He pulls out his little newspaper clipping. I'm like, this is going to be real fucking dumb by the time it's done. And
it is.
I love stupid fucking TV. I just love it.
I should mention I did finish that Chair Company show.
Oh, I need to watch it too.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I enjoyed it, but it is one of those shows where it was announced as an 8-episode thing. It was not announced to be a multiple season thing. And I feel like
that's going to ruin it.
It's a show they probably shot a different ending for. And then when they were like, hey, we're going to make a season 2, they shoehorned something in at the end that in the context of the rest of the show doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's just to kick the can down the road for the story to continue.
Gotcha.
So otherwise, pretty solid show. Like through and through. Very weird. It's got that weird awkward humor with that guy.
I have an early suspicion that Memory of a Killer is going to be a one season 10 episode.
I think it's a one season.
Because I can't tell how it's going to work, because they're already setting it up for these two worlds to like collide. 2 episodes in. 2.
I've always found that Fox is a network that always seems to invest in these like really high concepts that like, hey, this sounds like it'd be a really good idea for one season.
This show,
if it takes off, they have no idea how to continue.
This show would be better if I had more of a build up to him getting Alzheimer's. Like it's basically just in episode 1, he goes and visits his brother who is like completely gone to it. And then he forgets his PIN number, and you're like, okay, so we're going straight in. It's not even like there's a threat of it happening and like it could happen. We're already in on it. Yeah. And it feels like it could have been better if it was a slower burn, or if I had seen more like hits, do more like exciting and make me believe in him and I'd like it. Because when you make a show about a hitman, I'm supposed to like him, but I don't have context for him. And instead, I'm going to get a couple of flashbacks here and there about how his wife died. And then his wife's killer got out of jail already. So that's another conflict he has to deal with. And then, of course, his daughter's husband's a dumbass who doesn't have a real job. I make apps all day and I'm not right. And, it's one of those typical, like, I'm a hitman, but my daughter didn't marry a real man kind of a thing. So like they clash all the time. And it's too many things going on for it to just be about like, this guy's losing his mind. That's the interesting part. I don't need the other bullshit, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we'll get 10 episodes and then it's not on the schedule for next year. That's how it'll be.
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
Sounds about right.
Cliffhanger ending.
Oh, God, I guarantee it.
How about you, Matt?
Just real quick, I just want to let you know that I looked up the Chair Company and the genre for it on Wikipedia is called cringe comedy.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. It is a mystery and it is cringe comedy because there is a lot of that in that show. So
that's wild. I watched 2 movies. Honestly, they're both kind of the same. Not like horrible. So let me put it to you this way. So I watched The Wrecking Crew. That's the new Batista Jason Momoa movie. Mm-hmm. I think they work really well together. I think they played off really well because like Batista's role was more of a like serious, while Momoa was kind of like the goofy one. But all in all, I thought the movie was fun. Like it's something I'd be okay with watching again and not complaining about, because like I think the fight sequences were really good. There's only one scene in the whole movie that made me go, "That's not real." And I don't really like it, but I could see how it got to that point. All in all, so the basis of it is both of these, they're half brothers. Okay. They both have the same dad. They both have different moms.
Okay.
Momoa and Batista lost contact with each other. They're no longer talking to each other. It's been like 20 years. Their dad dies suddenly. Just they're not sure what happened. The cops. This all stems on in Hawaii. So the cops on the island are like, well, he got hit by a car. That's just it. He died. Hit and run. Well, Momoa doesn't believe that and feels like something else is happening. And all of a sudden it turns into a Yakuza is trying to kill Momoa, along with another foreign diplomat on the island is trying to kill Momoa too. So you kind of see what's happening. Batista's not taking him seriously. He's like, dude, you're just crazy, blah, 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 blah. Of course, they end up working together and kind of coming to at the very end of it. But I will say, it was a fun movie. It really was a lot of fun. It was entertaining. I think Momoa had a lot of fun playing this role. I kind of feel like recently he's just been taking on random ones where he's just been having fun. Like, it's not anything serious for him, and he's just been enjoying his time. So I think this was a really good one for the both of them. I really enjoyed it. The next one I watched was the new Anaconda remake.
Yeah, with Jack Black and Paul
Rudd.
Yeah.
It was... It was a movie.
There it is.
It is. I will say, it seems like they really were planning for our generation to watch this movie.
Okay.
Because it is a throwback to Anaconda with a bunch of different dumb jokes in it. Okay. Like, one of the things they say is that the anaconda can eat you and regurgitate you back up. That's one of the things that happens when he's eaten too much. That's one of the things an anaconda will do, is they'll regurgitate its meal and go on about its way. Well, that happened in the first movie. So it happens in this movie. And of course, the person that gets eaten is Jack Black. He gets regurgitated back up at a point. And so Paul Rudd and his crew, they check his pulse, and he, they're like, well, he's dead, And at one point, the anaconda's hunting the rest of this team, and they're like, well, and he gets regurgitated, and they're like, and they find him, and they're like, well, why don't we use him as like a diversion so we can get out of here? So that's when they strap the pig to his back, and the guy that's with them in the crew, it's like Paul Rudd, another female, and another guy. And that guy is like, oh, anacondas love squirrel meat, and they shove a dead squirrel into Jack Black's mouth. So he's got this pig strapped onto his back, a dead squirrel in his mouth, and he's sitting in the middle of the field waiting for this anaconda to come.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, Jack Black ain't dead. He wakes up, spits out the squirrel, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're like, oh my God, we thought you were dead. Run! And then he's running away from the anaconda. And as he's running, the pig fucking wakes up. So then the pig is like squealing. Like, I really mean this. Like, I feel like they were aiming this movie directly towards our genre. Someone who would be like, man, I really want to see the Anaconda movie because, I really like the first Anaconda movie. And this has those dumb, stupid jokes in it too. I will say I did laugh at times. I will say J-Lo and Ice Cube make a cameo in this movie.
I think I read that. Yeah.
It's okay. Like, if you want to throw something on in the background and watch a stupid movie, it's fine. But it's not something I would say go run and get right now. It's a hot piece. It's just okay. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about.
It seemed like how it was going to go.
Honestly, when I saw Paul Rudd and Jack Black, I didn't have high hopes for this movie. And going into it, I kind of knew what I was going into. So when I saw it, really didn't bother me that I wasted an hour and 20 minutes, because I knew what I was getting myself into.
Is it short?
Yeah. It's not long.
It's not very long.
Okay.
So the premise of it is that Paul Rudd is a struggling actor in LA, and Jack Black is a struggling videographer in his town. And they used to be best friends in high school.
Okay.
Well, Paul Rudd loses a gig because he's just, he's supposed to be an extra. He's supposed to play in his part well. And then he ends up just blowing the gig because he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, he gets a notice that his friend Jack Black invites him to his birthday party. So he decides to go. And when he gets there, Jack Black has been doing wedding videos.
Okay.
For people, but he's trying to direct wedding videos that are memorable And these people are like, well, we just want like running through the field type videos. We don't need you like trying to make a whole short film out of our wedding. You know what I mean? So Jack Black, of course, is like distraught about it. Well, then Paul Rudd comes back and then he lies to Jack. He's like, I've got the rights to Anaconda. You know, we should redo Anaconda. We should make an indie film about Anaconda. We loved Anaconda. So what happens? He talks them into going into the Amazon to film Anaconda. And that's how this movie starts. So, I mean, again, it's not horrible. Like, I still say Bone Lake is my totem pole of bad movies, and
that's bad.
I would rewatch Anaconda before I'd ever rewatch Bone Lake.
I would never rewatch Bone Lake.
Yeah, exactly. So I will say, like I said, if it's something you just kind of want to check out, it's a fine movie, but it's not anything that's going to be like fantastic or you're going to remember by the end of the year. So that's me. Yeah.
Well, we can kick over to emails. We have a few. First email we have comes to us from Brandon from Tallahassee, Florida. Hey guys, what do you all think of this Crimson Desert game? Is it too ambitious for its own good? It really looks incredible and miles ahead of most releases in the last few years, pulling everything from Zelda Breath of the Wild, Red Dead 2, Elder Scrolls, Assassin's Creed, and more. And with the recent reveal the game has multiple playable characters, it just seems incredibly overwhelming. Is it going to be one of the best games in 2026, or will it just become too much and simply be okay at a lot of things instead of being truly great?
I think it'll be okay.
I watched that like 15-minute video they just put up on the game because I'm actually very excited about the game.
I think it looks
that is
very
one that
cool.
is on my list.
Yeah. But
I also view it as like a Fable situation. Like, is it going to be as good as it looks? Probably not.
No.
Again,
but it looks cool.
We're talking about a world that's twice as big as Red Dead. How empty is this world?
Exactly.
Right. So it's one of those things where it seems overly ambitious for sure, and like
it does.
Can it deliver? Who the hell knows anymore? Most things don't anymore.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something I'm gonna read a lot of reviews on. I'll probably watch gameplay of it too, like people playing it, not like gameplay they release, because remember most gameplay that's released by the companies are played under optimal conditions and in a controlled environment, and they only release what they want you to see.
Yeah,
you know, like the Perfect Dark video, remember? But I do want to see what it is because it does look cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So, I hope it turns out.
I do too. I think it'd be cool if it is
something new.
Yeah. Pretty much what they say it is, then yeah, it's going to be good. But
cool. Corey from Manhattan, New York. Howdy, dudes. What do you guys think is next for the Doom franchise? It seems like Dark Ages didn't do as well commercially as Eternal or the 2016 reboot did. Do you think they try to continue the story of Eternal forward, or does this team just move on to something else? I think they do Quake.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't gone back to Quake yet.
Because I think the way that Eternal ends, it's kind of hard to move forward right now. And I think that's why they did this prequel game in Dark Ages, which Dark Ages was good. I enjoyed it. But I really think that this team has like done justice to the Doom franchise, and it's time for them to do something different. And I also think like we're overdue to have a new Quake game. Way overdue.
Yeah, and like they've done a lot of Doom in a short amount of time.
Yes.
When it just needs a break.
It does. Like I'd be okay with.
Well, and that's part of the reason why, like, you know, the third game in a series doesn't hit well is because it's been too much of it. Like you can overload stuff very easily.
You can.
Look what happened to Ubisoft.
Look at like Far Cry. Like Far Cry is a prime example where, like, you know, 3 obviously changed what that game was completely, and they kind of just made 3 over and over again.
They really did. Like, as someone who likes 4 a lot, I like 4 a lot, but 3 is 3. Primal is 4. 5 is 3. Like, it's kind of the same thing. And then 6, I think maybe tried to change some stuff. Was
bad in 6.
I never even played it.
It's not good. So I powered through it, but I didn't care for it. Our next email, you'll be excited, Dan. Amy from Redacted.
Ooh,
so you know what that means.
My favorite.
Hey, 572 people. I just found your podcast recently. I've been binging your previous episodes. It may have been said on a very early episode, but what was the time frame on when you guys worked at GameStop? For full disclosure, I was a manager from 2019 to the beginning of this month when the location I worked in finally closed. I was at a store within a dying shopping mall, and honestly, I'm surprised we lasted as long as we did.
Yeah.
We certainly survived closure many times over. It's bittersweet. I love working at GameStop. I hated the corporate side of things. Really didn't like the slow decline of transforming the store from games into all the other crap that they had us pushing. But as the company has been dying, I completely get it. Have a few interviews lined up, but it's a strange feeling to both be relieved it is over, but at the same time, I am without a job, so that is scary. And we've talked about it on the show before, but you were there much longer. I was there from 2013 to 2017.
Yeah.
And then I also had worked there in 2006. Seasonal. So
I started at Game Crazy in 2002 until October of 2009. And then I moved over. That's when my Game Crazy closed. And I moved over that month to GameStop. I overlapped at both places for like 2 weeks, which was fun. Because I was working like 60 hours because I was working 40 at Game Crazy. At Game Crazy, when we closed, there were 3 of us left, closing that store. It was me, my boss, and then the one other guy who we basically just only had work when either me or my boss were not there. Because even though we were closing, we were still open 10 to 9, for some fucking reason. But it got to at that point, it was basically just like my boss would open and I would close, or I would open and he would close, and we'd overlap for like 6 hours, and that was it. We blew payroll because we didn't fucking care. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Do it. Yeah, you're gonna pay me. And then I would go to work a lot of times I'd open at Game Crazy, and then I would go close at GameStop for 2 weeks. So then I worked at GameStop. I worked at that first location from 2009 to 2011. And then I worked at my second location only from 2011 till basically 2012. And then I ran my store. It was
fall of 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, because I took over basically right before conference, I want to say, because it was a month before conference, I want to say. So it would have been somewhere around July. And then I took that over from 12 to the end of 17. Literally the last day of 17, and then it was over. So, yeah, all told, I worked 15 years and 2 months doing video game retail, which, I look back on it now, and, that I'm on my second job post GameStop. And part of me will always love working at GameStop, Game Crazy more, because I was younger and things weren't as fucking crazy. But part of me will always love working at GameStop because of the people I worked with, my fellow managers, my team, which, Kyle and our two, we're all friends now. We still talk to each other all the time. There's very few people that ever worked for me that I don't talk to anymore that were relevant people at the store. And even except for one, but he's a legend in a different way, which
a much different way.
In a much different way. We were adversaries for a while, and then I finally broke him. So, it's GameStop is not, Game Crazy is the best job I ever had, but GameStop's right behind it. But definitely by the time we closed, the writing was on the wall that things were changing, and change is necessary. I didn't have as much of a problem as when they were you're going to start getting Pokemon cards and Magic cards. Okay, fine. We probably should do that.
Yeah.
Or figures and gaming stuff. We probably should do that. If the point of GameStop is to be the video game place, we should have the shit that ties into it. But the problem was the people who were doing it didn't know what they were doing. So before pop figures were a thing, we sort of got into it, but we were buying the wrong ones. I remember the first series of pops we ever got was Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Why? That doesn't super fit. We should probably only be getting pop figures at the time when we first started that were Marvel, DC, comic book stuff is adjacent enough to video games where it fits.
They made other dumb decisions during that era too. Like there was Net 10, and then that moved into cricket.
That stuff I also get from a certain standpoint, like the Net 10, where it was like, if we just sold the cards and people came in to get the cards, fine, whatever. But don't make it a core of the business at a GameStop. Yeah. Well, none of us are here to know any of that stuff. You're not training us on any of that stuff. Like whenever cricket stuff came up, that you had to pray to God that I was there, because I knew how to do it. And to be fair, it got to a point where it was so complicated and it never came up that it was like, I'll just do it. I know how to do it. I'm not going to waste time teaching Kyle how to try to help some guy buy 4 shitty cricket phones so he can go sell drugs behind the store. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'll take care of it. But the problem was cricket stuff was so complicated. That alone would take me an hour to 2 hours. Like, we're not a phone place.
I think I did it once to like help somebody pay their bill.
Paying the bill was fine because it was like, you literally come in, I type in your number, it prints out a thing, I scan it, and we're done. But whenever somebody wanted to trade in their phone and buy a new phone and set up a line and transfer their line, it's like, there's a fucking cricket store across the street. Go to the fucking cricket, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. So, like, that stuff was dumb. I understood it if they had just, like, opened their own cricket stores. That would have made more sense. But no, they wanted to shoehorn everything in. Like, but, like, collectibles, pops, you know, for a long time it was called loot. Remember it was called loot?
Yeah.
We probably should have been doing that. And that's not that big of a thing. But you go to a store now, and it's
mostly that shit.
It's mostly that stuff. Well, and to be fair, that's not 100% GameStop's fault, because like not as many games are published physically anymore. Not as many people buy games physically anymore. There has to be a pivot somewhere, but there has to be intelligent pivots somewhere. Pops are on their way out, man. Figures are on their way out, man. People give a shit about cards, which they oversell, which they overprice. They give a shit about I mean, what else is there? Accessories, because you got to get controllers and stuff someplace. Yeah. Retro stuff is big because it's back, but the thing is they don't have the resources to train these people about retro games. No. There are kids that work in these stores that weren't alive when the Nintendo 64 was released. So how are they supposed to know what a Nintendo 64 game looks like, feels like?
Yeah.
Kyle knows that I have a knack for spotting fake stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. Like people at other stores would send me pictures of DS games. Be like, is this fake? And I'd tell them yes. But the kids who have never had to deal with that stuff won't know.
At all. Yeah.
My thought was always like, we really should have tried to focus more on it. What they really should have got into was like board games, trading cards. Like they really should have doubled down on trading cards. They should have gone to the Pokemon company and said, or whoever prints those fucking cards, I forget who it is. Is it Wizards? I don't think it's Wizards. Maybe it was at one point.
But it was.
Maybe it was at one point. Who the fuck cares? But they should have gone to them and said, what is it going to take for us to be number one on like amount of product got? Like you print all these Pokemon cards, we want 60% of them. What's it going to take? They should have, if they would have,
or done like exclusivity deals for certain sets, or
pushed harder for it. If they had gotten in on that stuff before the market exploded, and to be fair, you don't know that market was going to explode the way it did, it has, and will forever. But if they had someone there that had the forethought to be like, what if we just really pushed hard? Or hey, man, board games seem to be getting really fucking popular now. Like really popular. What if we just dedicated 12 feet of the store to board games, and not kids board games, not Legend of Zelda checkers, but like fucking like actual board games people buy. I go to board game stores with I take my son to board game stores. We love looking at all this stuff. Like we don't have, and I'm not saying like get into Warhammer and all that shit, but like,
that's a dark
corner. Don't fuck with Games Workshop. But if they had really just kind of focused on, we're going to have trading cards, board games, video games, accessories for video games, and then like Nintendo related collectibles and PlayStation related, like, you go to Target, you see that stupid light up thing that's like the triangle, the circle. We should have just had those all the time. People buy those things. Look at the shit on the shelf behind you. Look at the shit on the shelf behind me.
Behind you.
People buy this stuff constantly because we're fucking nerds. Yeah. But the problem is they bought the wrong stuff constantly.
Constantly
bought the wrong stuff, or tried to get into the action figure game when in a set of 6, people only want one of them, but they get all of them and they just sit there forever until they're forced to clearance. They were always a year or two behind. And you know what thing proved they were far behind on the trends and the people working in corporate who were, I'm a buyer for Walmart and I know what I'm fucking doing. Prove they knew fucking nothing. Fidget spinners. Do you remember when we started getting fidget spinners? But we got them like a year late.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted them. And then they were like, why are people put the fidget spinners on the counter, open one up, show people what they are. It's like, these were popular for like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But no, we got 100 of them. It's just like every person they would bring in wouldn't know what the fuck they were doing. They'd get fired or leave. The next person would repeat the cycle. And it looks like, if you go in there right now, it looks like it's still happening.
Oh,
because,
100%.
I've been into a store this weekend that is a trading card store, right? And they're going all in. They've got fucking giant glass cases mounted to the wall. Giant thing over the top, all new planogram, black slat wall behind it to differentiate it from everything. And you know what that case is full of? The Magic cards nobody wants. As someone who's been buying Magic cards lately because of like the Spider-Man sets and the Final Fantasy sets, I can look in that thing and tell you that nobody wants that shit. And it's overpriced and it's going to sit there forever. They still have Spider-Man collector's boxes, which are $500. For like the packs, because it's like the special card. The only way to get it, fine, whatever. This store had 3 or 4 of them.
Wow.
I bought one when that came out in September because I'd saved for it for like 6 months.
Yeah.
No one's ever buying those again because those cards in those packs aren't worth it.
No, it's over.
Yeah. So like, again, they're getting into this card thing too late and they're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But God, I love that. Amy talked about dying and being in a dying shopping mall. I can't believe they were still open. That's crazy to me. You would have thought that any dying shopping mall location closed years ago. Even
I
would think so too.
Even Woodfield closed, and that's not a dying shopping mall. That is
that's one of the biggest constantly around here. Yeah. The one, I'm pretty sure the one in the mall over by me is still there.
Is it really?
When you look it up on Google Maps, it's not one of the ones that says closed.
I'm gonna look it up real quick because it's the mall that we're talking about, the other big mall.
Yeah,
I don't want to dox you, but I'll look it up.
And I've never worked for GameStop, Amy. I just kind of joined, but I did fill out an application. And I did get an interview once.
It's still open.
I don't know how. I used to do
job interviews at the shitty mall by us. There would be a day every couple months, not every couple months, like every year. We're like, all right, every manager has to work, 6 hours sitting in the food court at this mall. And I would just interview people who were wandering in. Oh. And maybe out of the 20 I would do, one would be okay. It was just like,
damn.
Hiring for that place sucked so hard. It was one of the worst things about that job was trying to find anyone competent to work there. I think over the course of my tenure as a manager, I think the only people I ever hired from outside that were any good was probably the last girl I hired. Because she actually showed up and did her fucking job. Like, it's like, as that position, it's like, all you gotta do is really show up and just do what I tell you to do. And it's not a hard job. It's a GA, but
you get in that situation where the people, they just wouldn't be reliable.
Yeah, so wouldn't show up.
Did that a lot.
They talk back. Remember the one? Why we got the one guy from the other show came over. You like talk back to me. It's like, all right, you're just never getting scheduled again. Like, go fuck yourself. Man. But I do like the last thing about being relieved that it's over, but at the same time being without a job is scary. It's like it's going to be weird for a little bit about like not having a job from that place closing, but you'll find something. If you were a manager, you're good. You can go almost anywhere, especially if you were a manager at GameStop for 6 years. You're good.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You did everything. You cleaned stuff. You did inventory. You did receiving, shipping, hiring, customer service. You did everything. Places would kill. A lot of places, especially if you're going to stay in retail, will kill for that experience.
Yeah, they will.
Because you're not going to come in off the street and going, I need to be trained on everything. No. You'll know how to do stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. 100%. Let us know when you find a job.
Yeah, 100%. Please. Our last email comes to us from Andy from Salt Lake City, Utah. Hey guys, with 2026 being a pretty big year for movies, are there any upcoming movies you guys are really looking forward to? Anything you would rush out to see day one in the theater? I was talking about this with my fiance the other day. I think the next movie that I would pay to go see in the theater is probably Mario in April.
Yeah.
We'll probably go see Supergirl.
I'll see that. Spider-Man for sure.
Spider-Man for sure. That new Evil Dead movie is in July, a week before Spider-Man. I will 100% see that.
Avengers for sure, just because like I'm obligated.
Avengers, I will see Avengers and I will see Dune 3. I really, really hope they move one of those movies though.
Yeah, I will.
I don't want them to be the same day.
I'll probably go see Odyssey.
That's the other one.
I really
Odyssey,
like
100%.
I really like the Odyssey as a story. Like I've read that. Like I think very interested in that.
Yeah, like I definitely have my take it or leave it Christopher Nolan movies, but I think that this one will be a good one.
This one should be a banger, I think.
The right person to make it. I also really like Matt Damon, so
yeah, I think
a lot of good actors in this.
I'm gonna enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah. I will go see Street Fighter for sure.
Oh, 100% Street Fighter. I forgot about it till you mentioned it. Like, I have to see that.
It's crazy to me that movie doesn't come out until fucking October though. Like, why is it so far? It seems done.
Yeah. What about Mortal Kombat?
I will probably go because my buddy will want to go, and the last one for its problems was fine. The combat was good.
Yeah.
Do you think that character even like if they had that made up character for that movie? Do you think they even have any presence in this new one? Because it really seems like
he dies.
They retooled it around Johnny Cage.
He's probably in it, but yeah, this definitely is a Cage movie, which is what it probably should have been.
Should be.
I feel like they're gonna pull like an original Mortal Kombat where like
Cage got his neck
Kung Lao died.
Oh yeah.
Right in the very beginning. Mm-hmm. I think that's where they do it. Cole just dies immediately in the very beginning.
Yeah, that would be fine. And honestly, that'd be fine. Like he's not a character anybody's like attached to. So,
but like I like stuff in the immediate future. Probably Mario would be the next thing that I look at. Like I don't know if you watched that most recent show they put out, but it is the one where they show Yoshi. For the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
like, still really good.
Oh, you know what else we got to see, Kyle? It's a movie you and I have to go see. Jumanji 3.
Oh,
the finale,
yeah.
The Jumanji finale.
Will that be in December?
Yeah, that's like
the trilogy.
Man, December is.
Hey, these new Jumanji movies
Avengers,
have been
Dune.
entertaining.
The Jumanji movies been good.
They've been entertaining.
I don't have anything negative to say. They've been entertaining.
Good. They're exactly what they are. You know,
there's a way in which they could have gone south very easily, but they are enjoyable.
They're funny enough. Like, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be waiting forever for Fast Forever.
Jeez, 2028.
28.
I told you, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it. That's too far.
March of 2028.
I gotta wait over 2 years to see hologram Paul Walker just to be pissed off. I'm not really looking forward to it. And it really,
why is it still so far off?
Didn't it really feel like after that last one, it was like the next one was coming out immediately?
I really
left it on such a cliffhanger.
It's driving down a fucking dam.
And I feel like I remember at the time they had talked about they were shooting those back to back.
I swear to God, they were.
2023, man. We've been 3 years without this one.
And I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with Vin Diesel, pay disputes, and then he's been pushing,
script and
hologram Paul Walker in it, and nobody wants that.
That upsets me.
I just think it's disrespectful.
Yeah, it upsets me.
I thought they were supposed to do. I thought his brother was supposed to come back and do like the little bit of that movie. That's the last thing I remember saying is that his brother signed on to be part of that movie.
It's the only way they can get away with it because his brother. They kind of look the same, to be fair, but even then, I don't want it.
No, I don't think it's necessary. I understood
not killing him off at the end of 7 and like just sending him off. I understood that. But then they reference him constantly.
They constantly reference him, and like it was okay to an extent in the one after that. But then with that most recent one, they did that really stupid thing at the end when they were having the typical barbecue, and then
wait for him to show up.
Like, oh, he'll be there. Then they had to have the car pull up, and it's just like,
well, it also doesn't make any sense that like Jordana Brewster keeps showing up. It's like, shouldn't she be home with him and the kid? Yeah, Brian's staying home with the kid. It's like, why isn't she staying home too? Like, the whole point is,
I don't know.
They were supposed to be out of this life.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Ugh.
I don't know. It's just 2028 is upsettingly far away for that.
As someone who loves the Fast franchise, what if we just don't? But what if at the same time, the canon at the end is he drives down that dam and he lives and everybody's happy ever after, and it's just
it's over. There you go. I mean, at the same time, it'll be the same amount of time I've waited for a sequel to the Batman. So when that comes out, as long as that doesn't get delayed again, but they're supposed to start filming in March.
Yeah,
they've done preliminary stuff and then they start shooting in March. So I feel like we'll know who the actual villain is soon. So
speaking of movies to come out, where the fuck is my Spider-Man trailer?
I think it's Super Bowl.
Yeah, but if you think it's Super Bowl, that's a week from today, then that means it should have leaked by now.
I think they'll do. You know what they're going to do? They're going to do one of those stupid like
20
they'll do like a 5-second,
yeah,
and then they'll be like, "It is seat at the big game" or something.
Yeah,
because what Super Bowl's this coming Sunday? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It shows you how in touch I am with football.
As a football fan, I don't give a shit about this Super Bowl.
There was somebody at our work that asked me recently. They messaged me about something because they're like, you live in the Chicago area, so you probably grew up during the Bulls and stuff. And I told the guy, I'm like, I'm not really a sports person. Like I kind of
isn't that when you were on the mile?
And no, I was on the mile from 2001 to 2004.
Oh, okay. I forget.
No, I was here in the 90s.
Okay.
No,
the 90s here were a wild. I made the comment
to him. It blew this person's mind because I was like, I have not watched an entire Super Bowl since the Janet Jackson incident.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And it blew this guy's mind. I just like it's like that was like 20 years ago. I'm like, I know.
I'll probably watch a decent amount of it.
I just commercials.
Don't care. Well, the thing is, I used to watch it because I like the commercials. Suck now too.
They're kind of bad now. It's just like I want to see the trailers.
It doesn't. I'm more about the movie trailers than the commercials.
You'll get an Avengers thing. It'll probably be the actual Doomsday trailer. You'll get a Spider-Man for sure. Because if they don't show Spider-Man at this point, like that movie comes out before Doomsday.
Months
you need to show
Doomsday.
something, right?
Yeah.
Well, and we need to end the speculation of who's Sadie Sink playing. Is it Black Cat? Is it Blah Blah Blah?
Just fucking show who it is
and just get everybody shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I would agree with that. You'll probably see a trailer for the Odyssey. You'll probably see a trailer for Supergirl. Maybe something for Dune because that's this year, but I don't know what else there would be. There'll be something animated. Isn't Toy Story
5?
Isn't Toy Story 5 and
That is a movie
I would put that on a list that I'm not interested in.
I will only go to that if my kids want to go.
Kids will want to see it, probably.
I don't know, man. Like, they don't seem excited for it. They were very excited about Zootopia 2. They don't really seem to care about Toy Story 5.
But did they like the last one?
I think so.
Do they like toys? Like, do they like that franchise at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's we saw 4 in theaters, so maybe.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe is it good? I wouldn't say that they aren't really hyping it up yet. But
it's weird. Yeah. Hey, where's the new Turtles movie? Why the fuck aren't we cranking these things out?
Didn't they?
I want to say
something happened with that. No, they canceled that live action. They were going to do that last Ronin movie. They canceled that.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make
they're making the game.
Thing, but it's weird to me that they haven't announced anything for that because that was very successful.
That movie is very good.
Yeah.
And very successful.
And they made a shitload of toys, and they did all and like that movie.
Yeah, they did.
That movie's coming up on 3 years old.
It's crazy that hasn't been announced yet.
I know they announced the sequel, didn't they?
Yeah, they were supposed to.
And
okay. So the last thing I see here was that it's hit a major setback.
Okay.
And as a release date moves back. So they're saying
2027?
It was supposed to launch October 9th, 2026, and because of The Last Airbender, they're moving it to September 17th, 2027.
Jesus Christ.
That seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have to I agreed to see Terrifier 4 in the theater when it comes out, so. You know what though? After that last one, I'm actually kind of looking forward to, because I think that last movie it finally found the groove of like, this actually was enjoyable.
Yeah, so, I told you after the last one it was fine. Yeah, it was the
probably shouldn't have, but
the third one was really well done.
It's
better
really,
than the first
really
two.
Well,
so
it's
I was
way better than it had any right to be after watching those first two, because I was like, I don't know about this, but I really actually enjoyed it. So
yeah.
We'll see if they can wrap that up in a good place. But no, I think there are definitely good movies that are coming out, but it really feels more like that's more of a tentpole movie type thing now to go to the theater. Like, that's just how I've treated it. Because again, a lot of this stuff I look at and go, well, that'll be up in 2 weeks. Like, how the fuck is Silent Hill not up yet?
They got a
that
CG
movie bombed so bad.
They got a CG and a couple more beards.
I felt like that came out, it bombed horribly. Like, they're gonna shove that out on demand so fast, and I'm shocked that they haven't made that announcement yet. I will watch that. That is a guarantee. I will watch that and talk about that when that is up, because I have to see it. I've seen the other ones. I think that 2006 movie is a very good video game movie. Revelation is a very bad movie, and I feel like this will probably be worse because we're trying to do Silent Hill 2. So. But yeah, that wraps up our emails. Remember, you can send your emails into podcast572@gmail.com. The next time we record will be our 100th episode. 100 episodes we've done on this podcast.
A lot of garbage.
We will be having on special guest Ryan Nee Miller again. So he will be joining us when we record that episode. And also, I believe Eric's going to join us too.
Oh, my God.
So it's going to be a full
greatest hits
episode. Greatest hits of everybody that's basically ever been on this show will be on episode 100.
That's awesome.
Episode 100 is spectacular.
I can't believe it.
100 episodes.
Episode for the ages.
For the ages. So, but that'll be in another 2 weeks. As always, send your emails again to podcast572@gmail.com. Otherwise, we will catch you later. Thank you for listening or watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay safe.